Yeah, just guys, seriously, let's have fun and let's finish this thing. Let's make another one. This is really great. It's much more, maybe not fascinating, maybe not exciting, but it's something new. Forget about the rewards. As a matter of fact, at least in my part, I don't really care about the rewards. I don't really care about the status. I don't really care about being in the Hall of Fame or anything. I'm just doing it because it's fun, and we all have our jobs, we all have our lives to live, and if we can put something beautiful, something good into it, all the better. We got enough problems already, and yeah, it's just one way of getting rid of your problem. None of us are saints, no one's insane, and everyone's equally good. It's just that we're much better. We can see, we have this vision. We can feel what other players are gonna do, and you're gonna have to outsmart us. Don't beat the wall with your head. Don't think it's just 1 or 0. You know, computer language. You gotta think. You gotta adapt. You gotta outthink us. And yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, look at this big attack here by Paladin. He's going on with Siege. He's going for London. Does get the... He moves his cap just before they get the sack. And Immaculate knows what time it is too. It's militia time, baby.
Oh boy. That's Demon King. Demon King is the kind of player who doesn't shy away from going all in. Intense battle going on here between Irish and Linky.
Wow, wait, is this legal?
I had to check the rule book.
Yeah, that was a game-changing moment.
His cap was taken, but it was just a distraction.
I know about Linky very much, so I think it will be not a very difficult game for me.
TNT is... Wait a second. Wait a second. Mouse calls the GG. Wait a second. What?
This is
Why is he calling GG? Mouse, you got a massive army. There is a lot of heavy knights. And this is the only time when they have a chance. If they don't destroy Linky's army right now, game's over. That'll be crazy.
And Colossus has gone down for Linky here, and he's Inca, guys. He's Inca. This is not just an ordinary Colossus. More about delaying that build.
Oh no, man! I have a feeling, and nobody is raiding Mouse. That's an issue. Nobody is raiding Mouse. Mouse is actually in the lead now. That was all of that.
But literally those arrows.
Sacrificed by Steve.
Oh, look! There is a hoplite there coming through.
Whoa!
Oh my God! Is this gonna hit?
No. Will it get it there in time? Will it get it in time? Yeah, it gets there in time. It gets there in time.
Is he gonna get the hit? Is he gonna get the hit? He does get the hit. Oh my God!
No, that was
Oh my God!
TNT saved the day in the end. What just happened, man? What just happened?
Clutch play I've ever seen in the history of Rise of Nations.
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. This is ASE Prepare speaking. Welcome. Today I'm joined by Felisberto. Say hello, Felisberto.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream.
Alright, so today's match will be very exciting. We've got AZ Deja Vu versus White Lotus. This is the Nomadium 3 quarterfinals. And this is a pretty anticipated match. I think a lot of people have differing opinions about who's favored, you know, what they think the results will be, etc. And you know, some high-profile players on both teams. What are you looking forward to, Felisberto?
Yeah, AZ versus WL. We all know White Lotus has our founder over here, Jatin. So we're it's gonna be fun to see what he's going to be doing. And then AZ, they always work well as a team, so I'm looking forward to see what they can put together.
Yeah, definitely. So for winner predictions, I'm just going to quickly go through and read what some people have predicted, because again, there is that channel in the Discord. So Jatin has predicted, he's gone 3-2 in favor of WL. He's a member of WL. And then we've got Felisberto, who believes, I think you said on stream last time, you said it's going to be 3-2 regardless. Is that if
Yeah, it's 3-2 either way, and I picked, did I pick AZ or WL to win? One of the two.
I'm not sure. I think I also agreed with you. I went 3-2, and I think I went WL. Connor in this chat. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I think I remembered picking AZ then, just so I give
Gotcha.
the other team a chance.
Yeah. Connor says 3-1 for AZ. Young One says 3-0 for AZ. Flower Punk, which is Momo, I believe, says 5-0 for AZ. So a little bit of shade thrown there. Mouse says it's going to be 3-2 regardless. I think Jonathan said it's going to be where is he? 3-1 WL. Mentalist says 3-0 AZ. Yeah, so a lot of different bets, a lot of different opinions, and I'm super excited to see what this match is going to bring us. If you take a quick look here at the players, so on AZ Deja Vu, we've got Mentalist, we've got Young One, we've got Lube, we've got Immaculate, and we've got Bit Phoenix. And for White Lotus, they've got Jatten, they've got TNO, Prolaze, Fatabi, and Dane. And so these are our players that are in the pool. And of course, before we start off the games, we're going to take a quick talk. We're going to talk quickly about the donations. Congratulations, everyone! We've reached the donation goal of $1,000. Big shout out to everybody who's donated. We really appreciate it. And yeah, it's really impressive that everybody from the community has managed to raise $1,000 in the prize pool for Nomadium 3. That's a really large amount, and we should all be proud of ourselves.
Yeah, what an amazing accomplishment. I mean, it's more that if you gave $1 to every player, it'd be larger than our player count. I think that's very impressive from everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Just shows, partly the generosity of the community. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah, because we're actually a pretty small community, and we're looking forward to grow more. And the fact that we can raise 1,000 right now with so little people is just amazing. So, yeah, wonderful.
Yeah. All right. Oops. This one here. I see in the chat we've got Sermon, Zaitama, Spaghetti Monster, Dragonio, I think, and Warren. I'm not sure who's that, but I'm sure I might recognize your in-game name. We've got Ramsey. How's it going? Hope everybody's enjoying the stream and is excited for some hype games. I do see Warren has said need Kron's hype casting again. Yeah, I know. I miss Kron too. I think he's really busy with his real life stuff. So. But it would be awesome to have him on cast eventually if he can make it. But real life is it is how it is. Hey Simba, how's it going? Hope you're doing well today. All right. Well, Phyllis, are you ready to jump into game number 1 here?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. All right. Game number 1 of AZ Deja Vu versus White Lotus begins in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we are on Mediterranean for the beginning of this quarterfinal, all the quarterfinal maps begin on Mediterranean. And it's a 4v4. So first, let's take a quick look at the players. So we've got, for AZ, we've got Mentalist, Immaculate, Young One, and Bit Phoenix. And for WL, they've got Dane, Prolaze, Jatten, and TNO. So it looks like, I'm not sure who they're missing on the AZ side, but for the WL side, they're missing the top. So that is their chosen strategy. In terms of raw player skill, what would you say, Phyllis? Who do you think has the edge here?
At this point of the tournament, I think everyone who's still here is very, very high skilled. So as far as skill wise goes, I guess I could point out the top players. Of course, we know Jatten's going to be the #1 player in WL. And the AZ guys are all pretty similar. I don't know. I've heard multiple things from them, so I think maybe Immaculate's the strongest. I'm not sure. It could go to either one of the AZ guys, which makes AZ a very interesting team because all of them are pretty similar level, I think.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the players and their respective nations. So for AZ, we'll start with them. For Tier 1, Mentalist has Egyptians. For Tier 2, they've got Bit Phoenix with Bantu. For Tier 3, they've got Immaculate with Indians. And for Tier 4, they've got Young One with Spanish. On the other side, for WL, they've also got Egyptians for Tier 1 with Jatten. They've got also Bantu with Tier 2 as Dane. Tier 3 is Prolaze with Greeks. And Tier 4 is TNO with Dutch. So pretty similar, it's the exact same Tier 1 and Tier 2 nations, but the Tier 3 and Tier 4 are pretty different. So, Phyllis, what do you think? Who do you think has the better, set of Tier 3 and Tier 4 nations here?
Yeah, I actually like WL just because it matches their playstyle better. For instance, Prolaze is typically a boomer. He's a pro boomer, and he's on Greeks. And with Greeks, you're gonna have a ton of gold due to the sea in the Mediterranean, I guess. And then with Dutch, TNO is gonna have plenty of time in Mediterranean. You're pretty relatively safe because everything has to go through one side or the other to get to the other guys. So I really like Dutch and Greek picks for WL. However, on the other side, Indians can boom very hard, and then they have a very strong army. And if Spanish gets to 4, they're going to dominate as well due to their heavies.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, I do like the Greeks pick a little bit more than the Indians pick. I just think Greeks have a better time booming on this map. And,
Sweet.
you know, I would love to
Yeah.
see Indians saved for a map, a more land-centric map.
A land map, exactly.
Yeah. Otherwise, you know,
Just-
I think I really like Spanish and Dutch. Getting the free ships is really strong early. I'm not actually sure which nation I like better. I think there's less space to scout, so Spanish, you know, knowing your opponent's rares is not as helpful early on because, you know, there's not that much landmass to scout. But on the other hand, you know, you know what the rares are in the center, so that makes it really easy to see if somebody needs to rush Commerce 2. And also, obviously also having free heavy ships is a huge boon for your team.
And then one more thing I'd like to point out, they actually AZ's picks Spanish already. So if WL loses and they decide to go Watering Hole, they're going to have a massive advantage because Spanish dominates on Watering Hole.
Right.
And if they choose to go Watering Hole, if they lose, now WL has the priority because the other teams already used Spanish.
Right. I'm going to take a quick look at my internet quickly because I'm dropping frames on the
Oh my.
on the stream. Why am I dropping frames? Apologies, folks. Okay. All right. Hello, Resonations. Are you going to lag my computer? Oh dear. All right. Well, it is lagging. For those of you in the stream, we would love it to see. We would love to hear if you guys have some feedback. Just let me know how the stream looks because on my end, I see we're getting very low FPS, and if so, I'll pause the stream and deal with that. But you know, if it looks fine for the viewers, please let me know. All right. So let's go around the map and see where the players are located. We can start with AZ here. For AZ, we've got the green Indians player, Immaculate, on the bottom side here. His teammate, the purple Bantu player, Bit Phoenix. In the back corner, we've got the yellow Spanish player Young One. And on the top side, we've got the orange Egyptians player, Mentalist. On the other side, we've got TNO, the white Dutch player, on the top side. We've got the blue Bantu player, Dane, on the right. And then on the very right corner, we've got the red Egyptians player, Jatin. And finally, we have the, sorry, that's not green, the teal Greeks player, Proles.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take a look at what each of the players are up to. Looks like so far people are just going to go for Commerce 1. I'm definitely interested to see if the players on the wings are going to go for a mill or a Commerce 1. But so far it looks like Commerce 1 from both Proles and Immaculate on this side. And then on the top side, we've got TNO going for Commerce 1 and Mentalist already finishing up his Commerce 1. All right, so we see Sermon, thank you. You said in the chat it's watchable. Thanks, we appreciate that. That's definitely good to know. Yeah, I mean, so on this side, the matchup is going to be Greeks plus Egyptians versus Indians and Bantu. On the other side, it's going to be Spanish plus Egyptians versus Dutch and Bantu. All right, and John's actually going to throw down his pyramids. This is actually one of the more interesting starts you can do with Egyptians. You can skip your first library and go for 6 farms and just get the pyramids immediately. If you have the time to do it, it can be worth it, especially if you macro really well. And it's definitely a high-level play because, you know, it's just not something you're very used to. Yeah. Phyllis, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's 100% certain. I'd have to see how Jatin converts it because pyramids is pretty risky because you could be getting Colossus or Hanging Gardens instead. So I mean, Pyramids is still amazing. Just on this map especially, Colossus is heaven sent because all the free gold, and then Hanging Garden is always strong. So going Pyramids is always a risk because you're giving up the other wonders.
Yeah, and I bet the other Egyptian player on the other side, that's Mentalist, I bet he's happy to see that Jatten's gone for that Pyramids. Doesn't need to worry about any sort of wonder races here.
Yeah, what time are you at, by the way?
I'm at 6:13, and we do see the first ships coming out. Young One, the Spanish player, going 2 docks, already 2 heavy ships, and TNO here, his light ship is sorely outmatched against the heavy ships. We do see Mentalist going to go for Colossus here in the back. Before the action heats up anymore, we're going to talk through the rares quickly. So for WL, they've got gems. In the top corner, there's Obsidian, there's Bison, there's Amber. Moving further to the right, they've got Dye, they've got Diamonds, they've got Furs, they've got Wine, as well as Silk. And then possibly Spice, but it might be contestable. On the other side for AZ, they've got Sugar, they've got Marble, they've got Relics, they've got Pappy, they've got Peacocks, they've got Tobacco, Cotton, Silver, and Citrus. So I think it's clear to say that AZ have the better rares, right?
Yeah, it's not even close. I mean, yeah, they pretty much have everything. Pappy, Relics, and Silver auto boom, and then I guess for WL they do have Diamonds and Furs.
Yeah.
So for WL, I'd like to see them make an aggressive play.
Yeah, especially with this Silk.
Rather than try to boom.
Especially with this Silk, I would love to see them just get really aggressive. And actually, Mentalist is going to go for another Wonder with Hanging Gardens. The greed from Mentalist is strong in this game. Just recognizing that Jatten can't really match him in Wonders right now because Jatten's chosen to go for this Pyramids build. There's also Salt and Copper in the middle of the game, or in the middle of the map there. Jatten is going to finish up his Pyramids. He's gone for Commerce 1. And in the water, we do see Young One is pressing with these heavy ships, just being really, really annoying. And so far, it looks like the only 2 people with Mill are Proles and Dane. So Dane is actually gone for Barracks. If you see on the top side, he's sending out units right now, and I like this from the Bantu player. He's going to raid his opponent, the Egyptian player, who's gone double wonder, try and deal some damage. And also, you see TNO is going for a caravan raid with an armed caravan.
Now we got some standard play out here as well.
Yeah, on the bottom side, it's actually mirrored the purple Bantu player. He's going for a Barracks as well. Bit Phoenix is queuing up a light infantry and a hoplite, and he's going to start running them in. And actually, Mentalist is going to pull Citizens to finish the Hanging Gardens of all things. I'm not really sure why. It doesn't really help him right now.
Yeah, I don't know why either. He could get more gold with Colossus.
I see why. It's because Jatten started building Hanging Gardens for some reason.
Oh my, Wyatt, Jatten, what the heck?
What is this, Jatten? I don't understand.
Maybe it's to stall Mentalist and confuse him, but this
possibly.
I don't know why
he's just sacrificing his economic growth. We do see Young One throwing down his own barracks here. In the waters.
Oh wait! I think he's trying to stall Mentalist's build. Yeah, they're stalling Mentalist's Wonder. They're racing for Hanging Gardens.
Yeah. With these units, maybe he can get the Wonder race going. Let's see. Mentalist is at 77% with archers hitting the thing.
Here we go.
And we've got 48% for Hanging Gardens at Thebes for Jatten. I'm at 856 right now. We've got 2 archers here for Dane, and then also an armed caravan. But I mean, there's already archers coming out for Young One. I'm not sure if this is going to work. We're at 81% for 81% for Mentalist and 67% for Jatten. It's going to be very close here. 83.
Yeah, they have one more archer in the back. That could stall longer. I think they might get it, honestly. Holy cow.
I'm not sure. 87% for Mentalist, 82% for Jatten. It's really close.
Oh, wait, other side, there's an Umpoke about to stop
Jatten. There's an Umpakati from Bit Phoenix. That's going to slow down Jatten's build, and that probably means that he's going to get it. And these Citizens and all these archers are going to hit the attacking units here. So Mentalist is at 92%. Jatten's at 91%. It's really close still.
No.
Mentalist is at 93%. Jatten is at 94%. It's very, very close. I have no idea who's going to win.
Oh my.
Jatten finishes it. Wow, what a stunning play from WL. Oh my god, that's going to turn the tide of the game. They have 2 wonders for the Egyptian player, and they slow down Mentalist considerably. He had to invest a lot of resources there. Wow. What an impressive showing from WL. On the bottom side here,
Great
there's some
teamwork.
raids coming in from BitPhoenix, but Prolace is able to keep him away with a couple well-timed units. And on the top side, the Bantu player's already gone
yeah.
Civic. Well, that is an incredible play. Wow.
Yeah, huge play. That was huge. But they still need to rush because the rares. I saw in the chat, even Joven was like, he thinks WL wins this, but then we pointed out the rares and he flipped his opinion. So
Yeah.
the rares are insane for AZ at least.
Yeah. Fleet-wise, it looks like everybody's just kind of chilling right now. I'm not sure where Young One's ships went, but for Prolace, he's actually gone for a more defensive fleet. He's sitting with these couple light ships and the trireme, and he's just chilling for a bit. And Immaculate's going to be the first one to age up, actually. Immaculate's on the bottom side. He recognizes that Jatten is probably pretty far behind from building 2 Wonders and Wonder Racing, so maybe he can get aggressive on this side. Scouting-wise, it looks like AZ have done a fine job scouting. It's not super important because they have a Spanish player who sees all their opponents' rares. On the other side, for WL, they've done a kind of sloppy job scouting. They haven't scouted their opponent's Pappy or their opponent's Relics or Sugar. You know, it's a bit sloppy. I'm at 11-10 right now.
My. Yeah, that means they don't know they need to attack because they're going to get out-boomed.
Yeah.
That could be risky. That's why you always need to see the whole map. And this is why, another reason why Spanish is one of the strongest tier 4s. It tells you what you need to do.
Yeah, especially...
You know if you have worse or better rares.
Especially in these games of 4v4s, right? You know, it's really, really strong to just be able to see the whole map. And look at AZ, look at their tech trees. We have Science 2 for Young One, Science 2 for BitPhoenix as well. And they're all age 2, whereas WL they're not really close. Jatten only has 2 techs right now. He's still 200 food away from aging. Admittedly, he's at 160 food income with that pyramids.
Right, and then yeah, it's just gonna be hard to compete with their boom. Their Pappy Silver Relics is for booming. No man, they need to be aggressive, and this is a mistake of theirs because they didn't scout the whole map. And they don't know about those rares.
Right. In fact, I'm a little bit surprised that we didn't see a Commerce 2 early from Prolace. I would have actually really liked to see that. Obviously, he's been defending Jatten, but he could definitely sneak it considering how much wealth he has. And just hopefully be able to get a really nice 200 Senator eco and just hold that side until Jatten has a little bit of time to, catch up with the rest of the players. You see a heavy infantry raid from BitPhoenix in the back here. Going to pick off a wine merchant.
Yeah, and he could go to Furs right after that. Let's see if he sees it.
They're already moving Furs on WL. Good communication from them. WL hasn't scouted the center either, but we do see Prolace starting to push with his fleet here. He's got 3 light ships and a heavy ship. He's going to push in the water here. Would love to see one of these teams designate somebody to just really fight water like Mouse did in the AS versus Tough game. That seemed like a very effective strategy.
Yep, they designated an aggro guy, and he will be behind an eco, but he's going to slow the rest of the other guys down. So, yeah, they need to pick a guy at least.
You see Mentalist with a couple ships here, forcing some ships out of TNO. TNO's gone Commerce 2. He's actually a little bit lacking in the knowledge income right now. I'm a little bit surprised he hasn't infinite queued these scholars. And Sermon, I see in the chat you've mentioned that doesn't AZ have tobacco? They do, but Mentalist wasn't using it, it seems. He's still not using it, so definitely getting punished there. Could have won that Wonder Race, but punished for...
Yeah, and then another thing, Warren in the chat said Mentalist is probably losing it, which is another aspect we need to think about, just because Mentalist is a very volatile player, so if he gets out of his zone, he's going to start throwing. But if Mentalist can stay in his right mind, I think he can do very well with this Egypt position.
Yeah, definitely. I do think still the game is AZ's to lose, right? They have Citrus, which makes it really easy to fight water relative to their opponents. And let's see. If we take a quick look at the map here, It looks like AZ are the ones with whales. AZ are the ones with whales. That's pretty safely in their side of the ocean.
Oh,
so
man.
that's a big
they
boon
got
to
all
them.
rares.
And you see here, Mentalist is going to go for Trireme upgrade, so he's going to be very aggressive. And also, look at the bottom side. Immaculate already has 2 elephants and 3 archers. He's got a siege factory. He's going to start sieging Prolays very soon, and I don't think Jatten's really in any position to help him. Jatten, has 2 wonders, but he needs a bit more time to get caught up. He only has 2 out of 3 cities. His eco's not amazing. He doesn't have his government yet, and he's only now starting to produce scholars.
Yeah, and then what time are you at again?
I'm at 1435.
Perfect. And then I see 2 sieges coming out from Immaculate. I think they're applying pressure. With better rares, you can always apply pressure and come up on the upper side. So I think this is a good play by them.
Yeah, we do see here Prolays is actually going to queue up attrition, just recognizing that if they lose this, they're vulnerable to militia pulls. And we do see a lot of fighting in the water here. These galleys from Mentalist are really a force to be reckoned with, and I think nobody on... only TNO is only now going for that galley upgrade. I wish he would have gone for a bit earlier, just to try and secure water control for his team.
Yeah, and then I know people in the chat are mentioning both teams know about copper. However, WL is actually protecting copper, so they have the hoplite patrolling copper. So yeah, I do agree with you guys. WL should have just sent the copper since they're already protecting it.
Oh, a bribe on an elephant from Immaculate, or from Prolays. I mean, Prolays bribed an elephant from Immaculate. That's very important.
What did he lose? He lost the senator, 2 archers, and he's gonna lose the elephant. So I don't know if that was worth it actually.
Oh, well, he is denying an elephant from his opponent, but yeah, throwing away 100 wealth and some archers, not the greatest trade, but he is delaying the push. In the water, it seems AZ are the ones putting the pressure on. Still, this fleet from Mentalist going relatively unpunished, and TNO is going to be fighting water. He's gotten 2 docks. He's spamming out the boats. I really like this choice, just to fight and trade with the Colossus player as much as possible. Let's take a quick look at the knowledge gathered counts. So far, it looks like Immaculate's, it looks like Prolays is leading in the knowledge. No surprise, he's the Greeks player, with Immaculate and Dane not too far behind. Everybody else, kind of trailing behind a bit. Big Phoenix is probably the next closest person. Big water battle here. Huge fire ship connections from TNO. He's going to take out a galley and nearly take out another one. But TNO is short on ships. And his opponent does have Citrus, so also upgraded light ships. In the backside, we do see a brutal raid on Dai here from Young One with a single hoplite. Going to raid Dai.
3
really
merchants,
effective raid. Yeah, and oh, look at this. Immaculate is aged. He's gotten these aged 3 elephants, and he's just going to walk in. He has a supply wagon, no attrition. And Prolays is going to feed another senator. This is looking really bad for WL on this side. They're also losing water.
Should be able to age 3. He has enough knowledge.
He's just lacking in food a bit.
Yeah, and then just to point out, he made the right defensive wall with buildings. If you don't have the right terrain around you, you can just build buildings like a wall, and it works very effective in other games such as StarCraft 2. It's very common to build walls like this, and it's just nice to see this kind of play.
Right, but we do see here on this backside, Big Phoenix is raiding Prolays and all the merchants. This is the second time Wine's got raided, and continuously AZ are the ones putting pressure on water again. We see 5 light ships from Immaculate going pretty much uncontested from the other team. Not really sure what Dane's up to, but would love to see him pump out some ships. Big army here in the land from Young One, who's just aged. He has 5 hoplites, 5 archers, and 4 heavy cavalry, and some siege coming out. Yeah. And again, he's Spain. Immaculate's going to be pressing in the water on land again. Prolay's going to desperately go for a bribe, but he's not even aged yet. He should be able to age before the city's up. Oh, he's actually going to get a Matt out, but he's going to lose the sender in exchange.
He keeps trading senator for elephants, which is, if it keeps him alive, more to him. But if he ends up dying because
five elephants, and Prolays is behind. He's really been basically doubled. Jatten's been mostly unable to help him. Jen off to his own devices.
I've noticed Jatten's been pop cap most of the game, and that's just another issue of not taking Colossus. I mean, Pyramids is great and all, and Jatten is if he knows Pyramids, he knows it. But like, I would have still gone for Colossus because the gold and the weather, and you get to make more army than everyone else.
Yeah, and Proles, unfortunately, you know, his wood camps are just in a really, really bad position. He has one in the front here and one on the right, and both of them are just so vulnerable. Jatten is desperately pumping out units. Jatten is aging up. On the other side, we can take a quick look. So far, just skirmishing. We do see here Young One is going to start to siege away the city of Luanzaf. And in the water, it looks like TNO is making progress against the army of the Armada, the Egyptian Armada from Mentalist. But TNO is going to back off as he ages.
Yeah, I think Mentalist is getting out microed because he should not be losing water to with Citrus. So
Young One is
well done by TNO.
Young One's heavy infantry is still destroying rares. This was the heavy infantry that killed all these dye merchants. It's taking out this amber merchant too. Really effective raid from Young One.
Just the power of Spanish. You get to know where all the rares are. You get to raid all of them. Very well done by Young One with pointing them out.
I would love to see Proles go for an ambush here. His opponent doesn't have a scout, although it might be hard for him to know that. And maybe he can sneak around. These sieges are pretty exposed, or all of these archers. And if you look at Immaculate's army composition, he has no heavy infantry. He's actually gone all elephants, cavalry, and archers.
Yeah, very hard to deal with in a mobile situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not an army you want to be facing. Very hard choice from Jat and Proles right here.
Mentalist is floating a ton of wealth. I'm not really sure what he's doing with that. And Young One, you know, he's sieging away at the city. I'm not sure if Dane has enough units to defend here. Let's see how large. Does TNO have any army? No, he's just starting to produce them now. He has 2 barracks in the stable though. On the bottom side, still they're getting raided.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Bitphoenix is still raiding in the back, and Proles has his cavalry
right now.
Yeah, they're going to try and move on the city here for Immaculate and Bitphoenix. They're pressing, and I think they're getting a good trade here. It's going to be really hard for Proles and Jatten to hold, but all of these archers with Senator is really, really strong. You know, getting the healing and also possibly some bribes. Looks like it's actually going to be
being pulled too.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a victory for WL, at least momentarily. Top side, the city of Luanzaf, they just don't have enough army to hold this. Young One just has so many units right now, and Dane is really hard pressed to keep up with 2 opponents at once. It feels like, you know, TNO has been forced to make water units the whole time, and he's just a little bit behind. And if you look at the scores, I
don't think he has any army actually.
Yeah, he has 0 army, and if you look at the scores, it's already at 1,000-point difference. And that's everybody on AZ ahead of WL.
Yeah, that's why they got to scout and know the rares, because this is you can't outboom those rares, and it's just showing.
Proles
let's
is
see, this WL,
really weak.
Okay, they do know about Citrus. Yeah, and then you have Greek player in the front. I mean, I guess Greek players in front is better than Egypt player in front, because technically Jat needs to be more safe.
Right. But at this point, I mean, the scores it's a 1,000-point difference for every single player. You know, WL are looking very, very far behind. And it really feels like it's these raids continuously on this right side, Jatten kind of leaving his ally out to dry a bit. And on the top side, you know, they weren't able to make any progress in the water. They just kept losing ships over and over and over again to the repeated raids from Immaculate and Bitphoenix on this side. In the water, we do see Young One is using copper and salt in the center of the map. Looks like copper almost died, but is surviving on 4 HP. And on the top side, I mean, the city of Luanzaf, they get it taken easily because Young One just has a massive army. His army is huge. He's skipped Commerce 2 to go for a really, really large H3 army.
No, yeah, I think this is perfect from Young One. Very well done. Apply pressure to the other guys. You already have the advantage. Keep the advantage. This is perfect. It just goes to show, even if you have the booming rates, you don't always have to outboom to age 5 and 4. You can convert advantages with just with applying pressure like this.
Right. Mentalist is going to go back for Porcelain Tower just to max out his eco. His eco's popping off. He'll be aged. He's looking to age to H4 very soon. And Bitphoenix, you know, he's even more. He's going to be even faster. He's going to have an age time very, very soon. Only 200 knowledge off 200 food as well.
You okay over there?
And Proles is really struggling. Look at his economy. It's in complete shambles.
Yeah, he's at 100, and then Bit Phoenix is at 200. Everything.
If we look at Young
man.
One, his eco's the same, but Young One's got a massive army. You know, this is a really, really large army, and it looks like TNO, you know, he's tried his best, and I think he's won the water fight against Mentalist, at least temporarily, but his team is getting ravaged in the water on the other side. Just the continuous raids from Young One and all of the other AZ players just really, really putting WL on the back foot in water.
Yeah, it's looking very hard to come back from.
Jan's going to throw away some archers and some army. I'm not really sure why he was way over here on the left side. And
oh man, I was getting pinched as well.
yeah, it's not looking good. I'm at 2306. On the top side, it looks like they've stabilized momentarily, but that might just be because Young One is they're just maxing out their armies for Mentalist and Young One. Mentalist doesn't have an amazing army, you know, it's not super large. Bit Phoenix has clicked up on the H button though. He's at a 200 eco, 262 knowledge with 26 scholars out of 28. John's gonna go back for Forbidden City, but it feels like a little too little, too late. John's eco, you know, it's good, but it's still not amazing. He's lacking the smelters, as we've talked about in the past, because he doesn't have Science 3 quite yet. And
yeah, he's upgrading it right now.
On the top side, they're going to start sieging away at the city of Sangha. Mentalist has a pretty decent-sized army, and I mean, they just can't fight this on the top side, right? TNO just doesn't have enough units. Neither does Dane. To get like the combined armies of Young One and Mentalist are just much larger than their opponents. In the water, TNO has formed a massive fleet. Look at this: 7 heavy ships, 3 light ships.
Oh my!
And he's going to push. he's forcing water here, and this could be a way for them to get back in the game. Mentalist has signaled to his ally that they need to fight water.
And he does have the Dutch unique ships. However, we do know they're actually weaker than the normal ships, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, and also they don't have...
There's a bug in Ron.
Yeah, and also they don't have what do you call it? They don't have citrus for the side of WL, so that is a big deal.
Of course.
Not sure who's winning the water fight here. I believe TNO is winning, but his ships are all damaged, and you know, Mentalist ships continue to heal.
Yep.
Young One's going to start sieging away at the castle in front of the Hague. And WL are going to take an ill-advised trade against the much larger armies of Immaculate and Bit Phoenix. Some really questionable plays coming out here. Jan just doesn't really have enough crossbows to trade. He has literally 6 units in his army right now.
And if you look topside, Mentalist just got a Porcelain Tower, and you get Porcelain Tower when you have knowledge rares, and they practically have a lot of them.
Yeah.
And he's at 308 knowledge, which is basically a Science 4 knowledge output, like of a normal civ.
Yeah, and Mentalist is
from this point
ready to age.
He's going to be unstoppable because he has Colossus. He can make infinite army, and then his eco is already maxed out. And it's just typical Mentalist play. He's typically, if you're going to play standard, Mentalist is going to play standard. So he's going to boom out all the way and then attack, and that's what he's doing.
Right. And I mean, I don't really see a way out of this for WL. I mean, if you look at the bottom side, Bit Phoenix is going Monarchy, and he already has upgraded units, whereas Proles and Jatten, they aren't even close to clicking up yet. They still need a little bit more time to get going. And,
no, man.
This is looking really bad.
Yeah, this is GG. I mean, it's been GG for a while, but this is where it's going to happen, the final nail.
Yeah, I mean, both sides getting crushed here.
I want to point out, Young One's play is actually kind of brilliant because he's gone for mass army at a time where Mentalist does not have mass army. Because if you notice, Mentalist's army is not even ready.
Right.
So if they were losing this side, Young One would be able to just keep Mentalist alive while Mentalist gets to his final stages. Because look at his eco; it's at 160 everything. Yet he has a massive army. Like this is huge. And and he's trading population of eco and army to keep Mentalist alive because he knows Mentalist will eventually get to his killing stage. And
right.
I mean, and if they were losing, they would need this army. But of course they're winning, so they're kind of safe already.
Right, exactly. You know, we see Young One, you know, he skipped Commerce 2 for such a long time. He went Mill and then Science over Commerce 2. That's hurting his eco, but it's also enabling his ability to just spam army. And he's the one making space for his team. Play. On the bottom side, I mean, Bit Phoenix is going to easily walk over the combined armies of Proles and Jatten, which, to be fair, isn't very much at all. They really were not able to put up a fight on this side. Proles just had a 1v2 for a little bit too long, and unfortunately, Jatten was not really able to help him. He has, like, no army. He's just aging now.
Yeah, there is 2 forts that are about to go down as well.
Yeah,
Oh man.
and that's a lot of plunder. I'm at 2651 now.
2651. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you're actually staying ahead of me for the first time ever. Your stream's not slow.
Yeah. In the water, again, fights, but this time Mentalist with his upgraded Age 4 frigates here. These are some of the strongest water units in the game. And Citrus, he's going to crush the water here. TNO really has no chance. He doesn't have copper. He doesn't have whales. He has nothing. Does look like Dane managed to get an island on the center, which is denying his opponent's copper there.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
But at this point, it's too little too late. On the top side, Mentalist is going to take the city of Sangha for free. And, I mean, we're about to see a battle between TNO and Youngwon. And Youngwon has easily 3 times the army of TNO. And I believe Prolaze has called it for his team. He's like, GG. Yeah, I mean, this game is very over. They just really fell behind. We've seen it in the past. They were unable to really do a lot of economic damage to their opponents from the side of WL. And for AZ, they just continuously raided their opponents. We saw these back rares, wine, furs, continuously getting raided. We saw water continuously getting raided, and really no attempt at raiding on the other side, or no ability to, because they just fell behind.
Yeah, and they didn't scout as well. And I think Prolaze just mentioned in the chat, if you could increase the game volume slightly, that would help.
Sure.
And I would just like to point out, I think the Spanish pick was absolutely amazing here, because it just told them exactly where to raid, and then it really punished the other side, because they don't know about the rares. So I just think the Spanish pick was a the sneaky carry, I think, because everyone else is just playing standard stuff.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
Youngwon did amazing.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's really, really hurt WL this game, not knowing their opponent has Pappy and Relics. They still haven't scouted them. It's really, really hurt them this game. The fact that they haven't seen their opponent's rares.
Oh man, yeah. And then if they were even losing, Youngwon's army is just there to keep them. I don't know. I just think Youngwon's play is absolutely brilliant this game, and I think he deserves MVP for this game.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he's really been the one dictating the pace of the game, because he was the first one to put a lot of pressure on the top side. Obviously, on the bottom side, it's pressure as well. But their effort was a bit of like we're slightly ahead, we'll just attack.
Yeah, it's just natural. Yeah. Youngwon's play was decisive, and you could see his intent. So
right.
I really, really enjoy Youngwon's play.
Yeah, and Youngwon's going for a bit of a. I don't really know what he's doing, but he's got 17 tercios, and he's walking.
Where is he going?
He's going to Great Zimbabwe. It looks like he's like, see you later, nerds. I'm out of here. We got this game easily. I'm gonna go for a cap sack because I deserve the what do you call it? The glory here.
I know, but like, think about it. They can't even approach this. It's just so many tercios.
Yeah,
oh my
God. These tercios just crush any army that's not light infantry.
He doesn't need a supply chain. The whole army's already here.
Yeah.
It's like, this is absolutely amazing play.
Don't need a supply chain if you don't have eco to produce army. But yeah, I mean, this game's very, very over.
He already has the army, yeah.
Yeah, and he also has a good eco at this point.
Very interesting play. I really enjoy this. Holy cow. Yeah, because poor TNO can't even save the cap. His army is tiny.
Yeah, he's got like no units. He's been fighting water the whole game. And again, I think it's a mix of, your opponent has better rares than you, and you didn't scout, and you got raided. So, tough luck there.
Yeah, and then I don't like the build order by Jatten. I mean, he probably knows what he's doing, because he's Jatten, of course. And maybe Prolaze got a little unlucky with his spot being so close. But, yeah, I would have preferred him to go Colossus.
Yeah, I think so too. I think a more standard Egyptian build, and having a better impact on the game, because we saw basically Mentalist. He was able to boom up and also keep TNO busy on the water, basically. So and really for Jatten, it feels like he's been like desperately trying to keep Prolaze afloat, because Prolaze tanked a 2v1 for quite a while Jatten was recovering from going pyramids early.
Yeah, it would have been better if both Egypts were on the same side, so they'd have the same slow start, because I think that really set Prolaze behind.
Yeah. Youngwons took the city of Great Zimbabwe. And yeah, that's going to be the beginning of the end here, I believe. We do see the capital for Dane is moved to the center of the map, Gundu, in the center island. But, I mean, his eco is
No
absolutely
way.
shattered.
Wow. I mean, yeah, it's hard to get to that thing, I guess.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. And then Prolays is fighting with 30 food income down bot, so
Yeah, this
this is
game's
just
pretty
rough.
over. What would you say was the biggest thing that went wrong on the bottom side for aside
On the
from
bottom
on the
side?
bottom side, and then we can talk about quickly about the top side.
Yeah, I mean, it's just rough all around. It seemed like an auto lose position based off of rares, but maybe Prolays has more army, spans a little more army to keep the pressure off. That way, it gives more time for Jatten to make more army. Because all they needed here is time. Because Jatten will win out eventually with the wonders. So maybe if Prolays made a little bit more army, like how this was exactly what Youngwon did. He spammed army to crazy, and in this situation, he could have done the same thing as Youngwon because all they needed is time. So
Yeah.
I think it's just a mistake, and it's not Prolays' playing style. Again, he's more of a boomer, and he just happened to be in the front. So GG called, and I think this is just game one for AZ.
Yeah, very impressive showing from them, and WL. Unfortunately, they were not able to scrap together a victory there. Who would you say was the MVP of that game? While I update the score.
Oh, hands down, Youngwon. Even if he didn't utilize his advantage, Youngwon's ability, just picking Spanish was, and then he had two heavy ships in the beginning, and then knowing all the rares, and then playing the correct style. It's all about intent. So he played the correct style. If Prolays played the way Youngwon did, he would have had the army mass, just like Youngwon did to protect the Egypt player, because Youngwon was just protecting Mentalist in case they were going to be pressured. So I even though Youngwon didn't directly kill everything, he played the best, I think, and I think he had the correct intent. And I think I would give it to Youngwon's pick of Spanish. Just overall, seeing the rares, I don't know. I just really enjoyed Youngwon's play.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, it seemed like some exceptional Spanish play. That's going to wrap up game number one here. We're going to take a quick break while we get ready for game number two. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So please sit tight. You can see the little graphic there. Game number one goes to AZ over White Lotus, and you can also see the nations pick there in the map in the middle. So hope you enjoy that. We'll be back.
We have new features, guys.
Yeah, fancy stuff. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. So please sit tight, get some water, go to the bathroom, and we'll be back soon. See you soon. here. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. We saw AZ take the game number 1 over WL on Mediterranean pretty convincingly. So now we're going to have to see what WL have planned for game number 2. Let's jump right into it, shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so it looks like WL, as the losers from last round, they chose Watering Hole. So pretty interesting choice there. What do you want to talk about what you were saying off stream, Felisberto?
Yeah, no. So, like I said, I was right about the first game. I mentioned how AZ used their Spanish pick already, and it's important to remember, guys, once you pick a nation, you can't pick it for the next games. So AZ had used their Spanish pick on Mediterranean. However, it's well known in Ron, at least. Spanish is the strongest nation on Watering Hole, just to the fact that you get a free heavy ship with your first dock. And so you can actually just make 2 docks without military, and you can already deny water. The fastest to deny water is Spanish on this map. And like I mentioned the game before, AZ used their pick, and now WL is going to punish them by them picking Spanish, and they also picked Watering Hole to pick Spanish. So, like I said, Spanish is absolutely dominating on this map, and I expect WL to win this game. Just mere fact that the other team doesn't have Spanish on Watering Hole. So,
yeah, you're right. So I think that definitely appears to be WL's strategy this game. Let's take a look at what the players are and what their nations are. So for AZ, they've got Young One as the tier 1 player with Lakota, Mentalist as the tier 2 player with British, Lube as the tier 3 player with French, and Immaculate as the tier 4 player with Maya. On the other side, they've got TNO as the tier 1 player with Japanese, Jatin as the tier 2 player with Iroquois, Fatabi as the tier 3 player with Nubians, and Proles as the tier 4 player with Spanish. So it looks like they've swapped out Fatabi. They've swapped out Dane for Fatabi, and AZ, they've swapped out... apologies to AZ fans, I'm totally blanking.
Bit Phoenix.
Bit Phoenix, thank you. They swapped out Bit Phoenix for Lube on the side of AZ. So team roster swaps on both sides, and all of these nations are different. So let's go through each tier and talk about them. Japanese versus Lakota. What do you like on this map?
Yeah, I mean, talking about picking, already picking nations. They picked Lakota, the strongest nation in the game, arguably, and almost all maps. They picked it here. I guess they knew they were going to be down Spanish, and maybe they want to upset victory now. So they picked. I noticed they picked very aggressive nations. British, Lakota, and French are all looking to be very aggressive. So maybe they can counteract the Spanish imbalance with just pure aggression on land, and maybe they can snowball off of that. So actually, AZ is picking like very well. Like I'm very impressed by AZ's picks. They're all matching, and they're countering what WL is attempting to do.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some very aggressive nations here. I think you're right. And for WL, I'm not sure if they're paced to match the aggression. Obviously, Spanish, one of their vulnerabilities is that they're not super fast, right, on land especially. And I like this Iroquois pick from Jatin. Really, really nice. I think he's going to be a big part of WL's plan to keep this game. But Nubians...
It complements Jatin's, too.
Yeah, but Nubians is my question. Like, out of all the nations, I feel like that's actually kind of a really bad pick for this map. I think Nubians are really not good on this map, but I mean that's my opinion.
Yeah, Fatabi actually picked Nubians in their other series. Remember? I don't know if you remember. He picked Nubians on Watering Hole again.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
Maybe it's a comfort pick. It's very dependent on the rares, so I wouldn't have picked Nubians just because your army's already weak with Nubians. You do get a fast start, and you do get to buy wood for ships, but they already have Spain. They don't need more naval power.
Right.
So
it seems a little bit weird.
I agree with you. It's just not right, I think.
All right. Well, let's take a look around the map and see where the players are located. For the side of AZ, they have a big problem here. If you look, I'll talk about where they're located in a moment, but they actually don't have water.
Oh, what? Oh, man. And then the other guys have Spanish, and you know what this means? Spanish can deny the docks. This is how strong Spanish on Hole is. If the enemy's slow at all, you can completely deny dock building, and then you completely win water. So it's just This is a mistake because you get to choose where you spawn, so just a huge mistake by AZ, I think.
Yeah, they really need to like sack the Mayan player or somebody just to walk mid, so they have they're a little bit faster. It's just like this is just like the bad team communication and also not very good sense of the game. That's assuming they'll get water. So for where they're located, we've got the purple Mayan player Immaculate on this left flank, the green French player Lube in the back here. On the wing, we've got the orange British player Mentalist, and then on the very right corner, we've got the yellow Lakota player Young One. On the other side for WL, we've got the red Spanish player Proles on the wing, the blue Iroquois player Jatten on the right side. On the top, we've got the white Japanese player TNO, and then on the very left, we've got Fatabi, the light blue Nubians player with Bison, so he's going to be very happy. Let's take a look at what other rares he has access to. He might have access to Pappy, it's going to be close. He has Bison, obviously. These are WL's rares. They have Spice, and they maybe have Peacocks. Most likely they will, but it might be easily raidable. On the other side, for AZ, they've got Marble, they've got Wine, they've got Obsidian, they've got Tobacco, and they've got Relics. And, you know, as mentioned before, possibly Pappy, it depends on where the players civ. So, yeah, what do you like? Whose rares do you like here?
I do like in a low eco environment such as this. I prefer powerful rares, and the only one I see so far is just relics off the bat. And then gems. Oh my god, I think gems is one of the most underrated rares in the game. I think it's. I
totally missed it.
For me.
Yeah, they have gems. Yeah. I totally missed that. Sorry, folks.
For me, gems is on tier with diamonds and relics on land maps. But I guess it's not gonna be too useful here. But still, I really like gems. Bison and Spice are not bad, and then Pappy's up for contention. But I don't know, the rares shouldn't be a factor in this match, I think.
Yeah.
I want you to look at Prolaz's heavy ship already.
He's already on the water, but the problem is the weird thing. If you look at Lube, it has a dock. I have no idea how he built it. It looks like it's not in his opponent's territory. It is in opponent's territory, but I'm confused. But I don't know. It must be like a weird graph. Like it seemed like the space is there.
He may have had space, and then Prolaz maybe got Civ, and then the city got bigger or something like that.
No, it doesn't look like it. Prolaz doesn't have Civ yet, but I'm not really sure.
Just a weird border push, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. In the chat, I see Mandrews F has said, "Who's TNO?" I only see Ogutu and Beke. That is TNO's moniker in this tournament, but most people know him as TNO.
Yeah, he is TNO.
Jatten already gone for that straight mill one, and the opposing British player going to go for mill one as well, and that's gonna hurt Prolaz a bit because Prolaz is going Civ. But let's see Jatten just go back and help defend Prolaz here.
Yeah, Jatten has his back. Jatten's going mill anyways to raid, so Jatten's fine, and Prolaz is fine as well. What time are you at? I'm at
6:34, and Fatabi is pretty fast. He's gotten his Civic 1, and he might be able to grab this Pappy, supposing he uses gems here. But, gems got raided by Young One with the Mill 1 from Lakota player. His barracks is kind of in the back there. I totally missed that, but he has 3 units already, and that's going to be a big problem for WL here.
I disagree, because Jatten's Iroquois, and he can just run all over the place. So it's hard to raid the fast-moving nations.
That's fair. But, Young One, this barracks has gone unscouted so far. His units are going pretty much uncontested. And, I don't know. It looks like Prolaz has been a little bit sloppy with his ship micro. He let his opponent get a dock here on this top side, Immaculate getting a dock. Despite Prolaz TNO having a ship there, so a little bit sloppy from WL, but that's all right. On land, looks like Jatten has driven away has driven away Mentalist momentarily.
Yeah, and then again to help out Fatabi, I guess the Nubians pick did help out with Bison because he was able to get 30 food from Bison alone, or however much it is. So I guess he does have a fast start, and he can buy wood for boats and stuff. So I think Nubians is okay, but they did get saved with Bison, I guess.
Yeah, and on land still, Young One has the highest score of his team. He is the tier 1 player, and he is making a good amount of space. He's picked off a couple of merchants already. WL just being a little bit greedy using these merchants when they've already gotten raided. But they do have access to water for WL, so a considerable lead for them in the early game. We do see a city here going up for Lube on Pappy, so he's gonna try to contest. I mean, but they're very far behind. Lube only has 70 food income. Mine player is at 80. This dock is actually going to go down very soon. Jan's actually sending his hoplites over, which I kind of disagree with. I think he should be hunting Young One's units.
Yeah, that building's already going to burn, so there's no point of attacking that. But yeah, then to point out, I guess, I don't know, I think WL is pretty stable right now. I think they're okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not... I think WL still has a significant advantage. Young Ones... These units are going completely uncontested. Jet kind of dropping the ball here. I really think he should go and defend these units. It's just not really, you know...
I think he just forgot where they were. And then I want to point out again, Jad and I agree heavily on the Spanish pick, just because, like, look how much they've been using water since the whole start, and the other team has not been using water the whole game.
Yeah,
and it just goes to show you how dominating Spanish is, and it's a good reason to pick Hull and good reason to pick up the nations that AZ's got. You got to counteract the strategies, and I think they get a great job.
Right, I agree. I agree. So what is the strategy for AZ? I mean, their only chance is to all in, right? Because they're not winning back control of water. Good point.
Exactly. So I think on the other hand, AZ also did a very good strategy. They picked all aggressive nations: British, French, Lakota, and they picked Lakota. Remember, guys, with Lakota you can win pretty much any game. It's just depending on how you play it. And I just think they have the ability. They have chances. They're not going to just fall over. That being said, they are falling a little bit behind right now.
Yeah,
I mean, think they need to be...
Young Ones killed 5 units because WL sent, they just keep sending in their merchants. Like, I just, like, this area is clearly not safe. On the backside, Jatin is doing some counter raiding with these bowmen here. Yeah, I don't know if he's scouted his opponent's wood camp. Yeah, it looks like he has. And he's also raiding the other side as well for AZ, or trying to raid it. But Mentalist is kind of chasing him here. Mentalist has no eco right now. He's at 60-50.
60-50.
Yeah, he's really struggling. And the side of AZ, you know, they just don't have any ships. They're really struggling. Lube is going to try to sneak over a bark, and TNO is going to go for a Colossus.
Yeah, and then if you see Fatabi's even raiding the Mayan player very well. He's faster than the Mayan player. Just goes to show Nubians did pay off, but again, it is by chance.
Right.
And then another gems merchant.
Oh my goodness. It's just like, season of giving indeed. I mean, WL are just like giving away merchants. They're kind of keeping their opponents in the game. I think these units have killed 6 merchants so far.
Oh man.
It's just like, hello? Like, you know there's still army here, right? Like, have you not been paying attention when you've lost all those merchants?
Yeah, that's rough.
You know,
you look, Fatabi let a tower go up on his city. Huge mistake.
Oh, huge mistake. Yeah, I mean, this is a French tower, not a Mayan tower, but it is a really big issue. Fatabi is doing very well for himself. He's going to have Senator very soon, so that's very nice for him.
Yeah, but this gives exactly what they needed. They need to go aggro, and this is what AZ needs. And this is just the perfect opportunity, and a huge mistake coming out of Fatabi. Because you can easily stop that tower with 2 villagers.
Yeah, exactly. We do see a lot of fighting in the water still. AZ desperately trying to get any sort of grip in the water, but they're very far behind, 200 points behind at this point. That Colossus from a TNO is actually getting raided here. The same Lakota units. Again, I'm not really sure what Jatin's been up to. If we take a quick look around the map for mountains, Jatin's actually kind of lacking a mountain. Proles has taken the +10 in their territory, whereas Jatin, he might be able to get this +5 here on the side. And then, yeah, I mean, they're on the side of WL. They're actually really short mountains. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 with the 5, 6 with the 2 in the counting the 2 in the back plus the 10 in the middle. It's actually pretty hard to divvy it up, but the gems definitely helping out.
Oh yeah, for 100%.
Yeah, gems definitely helping out Fatabi on the side. The attrition's going to start burning away this tower or ruin. So Fatabi's going to be fine. You know, a little bit of a mistake letting the tower go, but he's going to be fine.
There we go. Yeah, he fixed it. He fixed his issue. Yeah, as long as he gets that tower out, he should be fine. But then again, I think AZ could just triple this side and kill Fatabi, honestly. They don't even have to deal with the other side, because they're looking to go aggro anyways, and this is just an opportunity.
Well, Young One's really, you know, for all his kills, his eco's really struggling. He's at 64 food.
Again, look at gems. Look at gems again.
Oh my goodness. It's, hello? These units are still here. I mean, Young One's doing really well, but I mean, his eco is non-existent, and you know, despite him really killing all these merchants for free, really, it's just like hello? Like...
Yeah, his eco should be better,
yeah.
honestly. He's H2, and then he needs to make spam villagers, bro. He has 200 food, and villagers is his eco.
Yeah. We do see a French despot, no surprise there. When desperate times call for desperate measures, and the French despot, one of the strongest despots in the game, as we said time and time again. Jatten on the other side is going to go for his own despot. He says he's going to rush on this side, which, you know, it might be a little bit questionable, but he knows his Lakota opponent is probably weak. And Mentalist is only now aging. This is a 13-minute age time. A really, really slow age time.
Poor Mentalist. Oh, man. What time are you at again?
I'm at 13:15. 13:15. And WL have completely secured control of the water. There's 4 docks for their opponents, but it's at this point it's looking very bleak for them.
I saw Joven in the chat said it wasn't a big deal, but it really is a big deal to have Spanish on water.
Yeah.
Like it's so dominant, and then they're punishing AZ's Spanish pick in the first game by taking it now.
We do see here Colossus finished up for TNO, and yeah, I mean I'm not really sure how AZ get themselves out of this one. It feels like if they were rushing, their rushes come a little bit too late. We do see Miltu coming along for Lube. Immaculate, his eco's not really there yet. He's going Senator. And Fatabi, you know, he's already at 145 food, 140 timber. His eco's very well set for defending a rush of any sort. So, and he also has mill too. So I would not expect him to die, assuming he plays this.
Well,
normally.
he does have 0 units, but yeah,
he does have 0 units, but he does have a stable and a barracks, as well as 2 towers, which is a big deal. So.
Oh wait. Let me correct that statement. He has 2 archers in the city. My bad, Fatabi.
Okay.
I know we missed. Yeah, we missed some of your stuff last time, but we got it this time. Don't worry.
And I like this move from TNO. He's going to go for Galley upgrade along with Archer upgrade, just to make sure that WL have control of water, which it looks like AZ are still poking and prodding. And on the other hand, make sure that they're well insulated against a raid. Archer upgrade, one of the most important defenses for defending a classical rush. And Jatten, you know, on the other side, he's getting his upgrades. He already has Archer upgrade. He's going for heavy infantry upgrade with 2 barracks and a stable. He's going to have a lot of production, and I'm not really sure if Young One can keep up. Young One, his eco's getting there. He has Senator now, and he's going Mill 2, but he's still really struggling.
Where is Jatten's mine, by the way? Oh my god, look, it's on the far right.
Yeah, it's on the very right side. I see that, yeah. Poor Jatten, only +5.
No, but when Jatten goes desperate, you want to run away, man. Jatten's going to be able to kill over here easily. With no help from the other guys, I think Jatten has Young One.
Yeah, on the top side, big skirmish here, and a big mistake from Lube. His tower is very late, so actually this horse is going to get sniped by all these archers from TNO. Some cavalry here from Lube, but he doesn't have a ton of army. He doesn't even have Archer upgrade yet. And Fatabi, you know, he's getting militia. He still has those 2 towers, and he has enough production. He's also building a catapult, so he's not being completely defensive either.
Yeah, and his eco is 150, 150. He is set to go. He should not be dying. And if he does die, it's going to be due to a triple, which I expect AZ to do because the other side's not looking too well.
No, it isn't. Let's take a look here. We've got no government. We've got Senator for Mentalist actually. Bit surprising there. I think he just didn't have the wealth to go Despot. And Jatten expert raid here on the side with his horse archer. We're going to see a brief pause. Okay, it was a brief pause and then a drop. And so we were warned of this ahead of time, that one team dropped. We weren't told which team, but one team's clearly ahead. So the rules are the non-dropping team can ask for a review if they choose about, they can ask for a review from the tournament organizers to see, if they're ahead, then they can call it, the reviewers can call it a win for them. And if not, they play a rematch. So in this case, the reviewers were Dave and Coldfire, who are on the independent review committee, and they review this replay, and clearly they see the same thing as we do, which is WL are ahead significantly.
Oh, man, yeah.
So
Look at Mentalist. He has 0 scholars, and Prolace is flying with flying colors. That's 300 knowledge and 7 scholars. Yeah, this is not even close. So
Right.
I think it's just, I guess the series is even up 1-1, guys.
Yeah,
We're
that's going to even up the
3.
series. And so, Phyllis Better, do you want to talk about what the biggest factor was in WL, having a significant advantage? We didn't see them literally win the game, but according to the rules of the tournament, they did win the game. What would you say was the biggest contributing factor to this game?
Spanish, 100%. This is they punished AZ for not using Spanish on hole, and this is perfect strategy. I don't know if Itabi came up with it, Jat and Prolaze, or Tino or Dane, but this is perfect counter. If you're gonna use your Spanish pick and not use it on hole, you're gonna get punished, and that's what WL did. It's just absolutely dominating on water, and just Spanish on watering hole is just brilliant. So I think. It was an auto-win situation for WL. However, that being said, AZ did pick the right nations to able to come back. They used their Lakota, they used French, they used British. They were looking to be aggressive. They knew they were going to not have Spanish, and they also knew they're going to lose water because of it. So they went heavy aggressive land nations, and they're looking to go aggro. So just a couple mistakes here and there. I think Lakota was a bit too slow. Yes, he did raid a bunch of rares. But honestly, they should have just tripled Fatabi with their 3 powerful land nations.
Right.
I think that was their only chance.
Yeah, and I do think I props to Jat there. I think he's right to go Despot here and not Boom. He recognizes that his opponents don't have water. If he puts the pressure, he's going to deny any possibility of tripling the other side. And so therefore, he's essentially keeping his teammates alive in that way.
If we look at the chat, they mentioned the Bruin bonus is 600 for Young One. That's insanity.
Yeah, that's a lot of runes.
Oh my god. Wait, I don't know. Then Young One may have messed up because he should have been a lot faster.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think he should have had much more presence.
Again, I think a big part of it is obviously, AZ, they just don't have access to water. A huge blunder from them not assigning somebody to go towards the mid, shore that have water. They just assumed like, oh, I guess we're close enough, we'll probably have water. That doesn't really work out. So
they didn't have water, and then they were facing Spanish on water. It's a double lose-lose, I guess.
Right.
I mean, maybe that should be the biggest contributing factor, but the Spanish pick is it for me again. I guess I see in the chat you guys are making fun of me for praising Spanish too much, but again, Young One's game 1 Spanish was amazing, and then Spanish here just carried the game, I guess, because they just dominated water.
Yeah. All right. That's going to wrap up game number 2 here. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break. The score is now at 1-1. Again, the graphic is updated on the main page. So sit tight, and we hope you're excited for game number 3. We'll be back in around 5 minutes. See you soon. Apologies, folks. I'm gonna take a little bit of time just to see if I can improve the lag. I think Rise of Nations is really lagging my computer for some reason, and I'm not really sure why. So just sit tight. I'm probably just gonna take another 5 minutes, try and see if I can improve the lag. Apologies to the viewers who are seeing a bit of lag. I'm not really sure what's causing it. I did an internet test and did whatever. So just give me another 5 minutes. I'm gonna try and fix it a little bit more. All right, hello everyone, welcome back. For some reason, my frames still, like on my end, the frames look really bad, but it seems like it's not too laggy, the stream, so that's good. I'm glad. It's just, I'm very confused why on my end it reads as I'm outputting like 15 FPS. Anyways, so aside from that, let's talk about the current state of the series. So AZ and White Lotus, they've both taken a game each in pretty convincing fashion. So AZ pretty clearly crushed the first game, and White Lotus crushed the second game. So Fatabi, if you're one of these teams right now, what's going through your mind? What are you talking to your teammates about? Or not Fatabi, sorry, Spread, Jesus.
Yeah, I thought I was playing.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. What's going through my mind? Well, it's just the strategies being picked. At least I think both teams are picking very well, and this is all these nations and top tournament play. This is what Ron is about. Counteracting strategy. I know most of the community is just used to playing normal, having a good time and booming up, but at this sort of level, every single aspect matters. So nation strategies and counters, they all matter, and I feel like both teams are really going at it right now. I'm seeing really good picks from both sides, and if I was Jatten, because he's the team captain, I'd just be telling everybody, just keep calm, guys. We're okay. We have the skill to win. We know we can win, and we're picking good. So it's just the opportunity's there, and we got a clutch. And then for AZ, I mean, this is a player situation. I'd just be focused on keeping Mentalist chill. If Mentalist is in the zone, he plays amazing. If Mentalist gets tilted, he's gonna start throwing. So on AZ side, I would just keep Mentalist happy, and everything should be good.
Yeah, those sound like pretty good strategies. And let's see what these teams are going to do. I'm not really sure. I'm Old Mage. I mean, it seems like it's going decently for viewers. So the stream,
if the viewers are having a good time, then we're all having a good time.
Yeah.
So
again, please let me know if it becomes like really hard, and then I'll try to pause the game and we'll figure out something. Yeah. Okay. So Mediterranean and Watering Hole have been picked, and so let's get ready to jump into game number 3. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right. Oh, I pulled up the wrong. Hold on 1 second. All right. All right. So game number 3. I'm going to do the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
All right, this time it looks like AZ, since they lost that last game, they've chosen to play on Australian Outback, which is, in my opinion, that's my favorite map to play on. It's just like a lot of fun. You're really close conflict in land battles. You can raid in water that oftentimes will win you the game outright. The rares, they're raidable, but not like too vulnerable. And I really like it because it's a nice mix of booming and aggressive. What do you think?
It's a very explosive map. I 100% agree with you, bro.
In terms of the players, it looks like they've swapped out somebody again from AZ, and for WL, Dana's still on the bench. But for AZ, they've swapped out Young One actually. Who I felt like Young One, it's definitely a little bit interesting because I felt like Young One was one of their strongest players in the past 2 games.
He did pop off the first game, but then again, actually he did mess up the second game. He had 600 ruins and was slow with Lakota, so that was a bit of a mistake. Maybe he focused too much on raiding, but that's a whole another issue.
Yeah. 1 second, folks. My resonations just crashed because I did the thing where I waited. I didn't wait long enough.
Didn't open game steps. Oops. Yeah. we keep finding bugs, guys.
Yeah.
Just bear with us, please.
All right, quarterfinals. AC versus WL, game number 3. All right, I'm gonna fast forward to a minute here.
Okay. Yeah, I was just at 18 seconds the whole time.
Oh, okay.
So
All right. Let's start at 1 minute.
Okay, yeah, I'll go to 1 minute.
Okay. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, ready to go.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, so again, we're on Australian Outback. Sorry for that brief thing. Again, the bug is sometimes in a replay. If you open up the game stats bug immediately, it will immediately crash, and so you need to wait a little bit of time. So I'm going to give it another 30 seconds or so before I pull up the nations and show everybody. But yeah, again, they swapped out Youngwon on the roster of AZ, which is a bit surprising. But you know, we'll see what they do
very
with it.
surprising because Youngwon is known for his rushing, and then rushing is very active on this map. So I actually don't agree with that. Actually, very interesting swap.
Yeah. All right, let's look at the nations. Hopefully, please don't crash. Okay, it didn't crash. Okay, cool. All right, so for AZ, for Tier 1, they've got Japanese. For Tier 2, they've got Iroquois. For Tier 3, they've got Nubians. And for Tier 4, they've got Lug, with Immaculate, Bit Phoenix, Mentalist, and Lug playing those nations respectively. On the other side, for WL, they've got Tier 1 is Proles with Mongols. Tier 2 is TNO with British. Tier 3 is Jatin with French. And Tier 4 is Fatabi with Russians. Some really interesting picks here, and yeah, none of the nations overlap, which is very exciting.
Repeats.
No repeats. I mean, I don't know about you, but I love this Russians pick. I think it's a really, really good. Russians are incredibly good on this map. Like,
again,
relative to other maps.
Fatabi pushing the meta, because typically most people won't think Russians are that strong, but on this map, if he takes center, that Russian attrition prevents all militia rushes, and he has extra border push. So I really love the Russian pick, and most people also don't know that Russians, after they get to H3, they're pretty much unkillable if you're in a safe spot. I mean, of course, if you're going to get outboomed by the stronger Tier 1 nations, of course you're going to die like that. But for the average nation, Russians can just chill back. They can snipe all the siege wagons, they can snipe everything, and then just have the attrition to stay safe till 4. So
Right.
I think Russians is very underrated, and most people just don't appreciate them, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I personally love Russians. I think the map control they provide in terms of the free attrition, the doubled attrition, and, you know, just shoving the borders so much, it's incredibly good. And so I think we're going to see, you know, Fatabi, we've seen him play, I've seen him play Russians in some pubs, and I think he's definitely very good at it. So I definitely wouldn't count out AZ, of course. I really like Nubians on this map. Chinese is also probably the best Tier 4 nation after Russians on this map, and, you know, Japanese are incredibly good on basically any map. And I'm expecting Bit Phoenix to get really aggressive early with Iroquois, and maybe he can make enough space for his team. So let's take a look at where the players are spawned here. Oh, also British and French are insane on this map. I forgot to say that, but yeah. Okay. Where the players are spawned. So for, we'll start with W all this time. We've got the yellow British player, TNO, on this left flank. In the center here, Fatabi, the blue Russians player. And then behind him, the red French player, Jatin. And on the right side, we've got the orange Mongols player, Proles. On the other side, we've got, across from Proles, we've got the light blue Nubians player, Mentalist. In the center, the green Iroquois player, Bit Phoenix. In the pocket, the purple Chinese player, Lube. And on the very left corner, the white Japanese player, Immaculate. Bit of a... So it seems like on this... I am noticing it's a French, British, and Russians, so it's a bit of the World War I allies there.
We got the Europeans here, they've arrived.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, I mean, I think having the Russians be in the center is really, really strong. You know, Fatabi, he's got a Civ right on top of that diamonds, and he already pings it out. He's just gonna put Civ there, and he's gonna exert map control.
Yeah, I'm expecting both the Civ 1 players in China and and Russia to be Civ 1ing and skipping everything else. I think that's the right play. Just to grab the center and grab map control.
Yeah. Take a quick look at the ruin counts here. TNO has gotten 150 ruins, and Jatin's gotten 100 ruins, and Mentalist is struggling. He's got 0 ruins. Poor Mentalist.
Oh,
Immaculate also
it's
only
gonna
has
get
1.
tilted.
Oh no, poor Mentalist. In terms of rares, we can go around the map using Mentalist's market to help us out scout things. So for AZ, they've got maybe Gems. It's right on the border, and that's a crucial rare on this map. Gems is one of the best rares on this map. There's wine on the left side, cotton, salt, sugar. Moving further up, there's Pappy next to Beijing, dye, cotton next to Onondaga, amber, and then relics, as well as obsidian. And yeah, on the other side for WL, they've got citrus, cotton. Oh, this city's going to go up from Immaculate. He went Commerce Civic, and he's barely going to finish it in time, so it doesn't get denied by TNO.
What time are you at?
I'm at 5:21.
Okay.
Okay, continuing the rares, TNO, for WL, they've got Bison, they've got Citrus, there's Marble, There is silver, there's spice, diamonds, as we said before, salt, horses, sugar. On the right side, dye, and peacocks, and again, possibly gems. There's also silk on this very right side, and wool, which is easily contestable. The spotlights, the most important rares to me are this gems, right? This is going to be probably the most important rare in the game, or at least one of the most important rares. And so far, Mentalist, let's see, he has scouted it, and for WL, they have not scouted it, so that's going to be a big thing. And we already see mill ones coming out from each of the players. We see it's a mill one from Jatten and a mill one from BitPhoenix.
Yeah, and if you notice, also Fatabi went Civ 1 just as I predicted. I think he's on top of his macro game. This is the correct move. And then on the other side, Lube didn't go Civ 1. I think that's maybe because he has Pappy, and he's looking for the boom game with China, so that's perfectly acceptable as well. You don't have to get Civ if you know you have a way to outboom with China Pappy.
Yeah.
That being said, you did go over the rares, and I think I slightly favor WLs.
Yeah, I think I favor them too. They just have a bunch of really nice aggressive rares. Looking here on this left side, Immaculate's getting bodied by these archers. The two archers from TNO, he didn't deny the city, but man, is he destroying Immaculate here.
British archers,
citizens are really low. I think TNO's gotten some kills as well, if we take a quick look. Yeah, he's got 3 kills already. And it's just going to add up continuously. I think Immaculate has really taken a big economic loss on this side. On the right side, it looks like WL are going to secure that gems, which is a crucial rare. Prolay is being able to secure that with a fast Civic 1, whereas Mentalist has chosen to go for Mill 1. Yeah, this is a very exciting game so far.
Priya in the chat also just mentioned Russian gems are OP on this map, which is 100% correct. That gems is, I think, it's going to be very, very crucial to them winning.
Nice raid in the back from BitPhoenix. He's going to raid the Prolay's wood camp. Prolay's doing a nice job microing his units. And on the front side, we do see Luke going back for that Civic 1. He's going to Civ right on top of Cotton. And he has a lot of great rares. Oh, did I miss? Do they have sugar somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, they do have sugar.
Sorry,
I totally missed that AZ have sugar. That kind of makes up a bit for the rare
AZ
deficit.
AZ has completable rares. It's not it's an even setup, I think.
Slightly
WL, but it's fair. They can
I don't know. So Jatten is, as a player, he's constantly, we see him a lot on Outback. He goes for this Commerce 2 build, and man, does he have a great setup for it. He has gems, he has silk, he has sugar, he has salt and horses, and he has
furs,
silver as well.
Furs.
Oh, where's the furs?
Yeah, furs is below London.
Furs below London. Oh my goodness, they have furs as well. I mean, this looks like a Com2 Despot French game, if I've ever seen one.
Oh yeah, and then Com2 Despot, I think, is actually more standard than playing Senator on this map, because if you play Senator, you're gonna get pop capped, and then with Com2 Despot, you're gonna have way more units, and you can overrun people. So I think that Despot's the correct play on this map, 100%.
Yeah. Jatten's going to pick off a merchant, while Mentalist is picking away at this gems merchant, trying to force his opponent to not be able to use it. And he's already gotten a very aggressive tower up in the front here against all the relatively awkward positioning placed city from Prolay's, right? Like, if Mentalist just puts a large army right between Karakorum and Peshawar, I'm not really sure what Prolay's can do to defend himself.
Yeah, Prolay's went for the rare, and he's gonna get punished for it. But I think it's an okay trade. They get gems.
Definitely.
It's fine, and he's Mongols, so he can be okay. He'll be fine.
Especially if he is able to deny this tower, which I kind of doubt he will. But maybe if he can, it'll definitely be worth it.
Whoa! Look at this! Look at this! Immaculate is using Silk, which is on WL side on the far right of the map.
Wow! Yeah,
cross map using.
If he gets to use this, but I think he will be. That is a crucial rare that he's going to sneak here. Let's see if he goes for it.
Almost everybody goes for Com2 on this map, just because the resources are plentiful and you have a little bit of time. And if you don't go Com2, you most likely will be left behind.
Yeah, or you're the one making space for your team by aging and then raiding with cavalry or something, or beginning your siege and stuff.
Exactly, that's a perfect point.
Yeah. I mean, this Chinese pick is pretty good. I mean, we do see here Lube has gotten a lot of map control. He's kind of isolated TNO here, and Lube can easily rotate over to the left. Whereas, Fatabi, he's going to have a very hard time trying to support TNO if they double him over on the left side. And we do see Immaculate going for that Commerce 2 with that Silk that his opponents haven't been able to deny. They've scouted the Silk, but, Jatten's actually going to go for a straight Age, no Com 2.
No Com 2. Interesting, Jatten.
Yeah, very interesting. Looks like they just scouted Furs on the side of WL.
Yep, they're sending right now.
Lube's going to go for Science 2, and it makes sense because he's a Chinese player with Pappy. I think eyes are going to be on Lube to win this game for his team. I mean, he's the highest score by far of all the players, and he's popping off. He's really, really rich. He has a bunch of rares. He has a very good eco despite not having Commerce 2, and he's going to have a very fast Age time. I would expect him to go a Wonder here, or just go for a fast set it and push.
And I'm looking for maybe Jaden. I would prefer Mongol players, so Prelates, to be raiding the rares with some horses. Because right now they're just free using all of them. I mean, Lube has, six rares he's using right now.
Yeah, that is a lot of rares. Scores are pretty close, only a 50-point difference. I don't know. I mean, at this point in the game, who would you say is going to win this? It's like they're literally tied for score. I'm not sure.
I think if it goes long, WL will win with the rares. But right now, I like AZ's position. Lube is he chose the booming route over the Civ route, and he's still got the cutoff, so it's okay. He still has the right Civ because he isolated Umbeke, and he has Fatabi in an awkward spot. And again, China and Russia to take space on this map are huge, but Russians will begin to overpower H3 and above just because they have a stronger army composition. Right,
and those Chinese Fire Lances are a decent unit, but they're not. They kind of make it pretty awkward to be able to afford stuff. We were talking. In general, I prefer Russians over China, but I think like here it looks like Lube's going to take over the game. Right, he has way more score than Fatabi does. The match from tier 4 players, and I think honestly, I think positioning wise, I actually give this slight. I think AZ are going to take this. That's my bet, but obviously I'm not super confident. I think it's because of Lube's city here. He's completely isolated TNO, and he can easily go over and double him. And then on the front side, there's a lot of fronts for Fatabi to try to cover. I think it's going to be up to Jatten to really get something done. He's going straight Despot. No Com 2. He's just no shenanigans. He's just getting in there. He doesn't even have a second city yet, and he's going to push on this right side.
Yeah, I mean, focusing Mentalist would be nice. Although Mentalist already has a nice eco.
Right. Yeah, he's already
and then
at
you see
150.
raiding in the back with horses, just like we said, doing very well. Back, you see at that metal mine.
Yeah, he's putting in work. I'm at 1225. He's gonna just be really annoying, distract Mentalist from booming, and maybe their opponents haven't scouted the siege factory. They probably have seen the Despot though. No raids in the water thus yet, aside from a single scouting ship from Jatten. He's just sending it around.
Yeah, I see in the chat. China will be faster than Russia, of course. It's just the problem is Russia is just stronger than China after 3, which is and they have the rares to get there. So I think Russia's okay.
Yeah.
But then again, Pappy with China is very hard to beat anyways because it's Pappy with China.
That's fair.
Their science is very, very cheap.
Prolis is floating a lot of resources right now. He's actually gone for Senator, but it looks like he is going to try to be aggressive. They're both queuing up a siege factory, the French player and the Mongols player. A little bit of miscommunication there. John's actually going to go for a second barracks, thinking that he probably doesn't have enough production for himself. And for WL, oh no, they have scouted die. Not really sure. They're not using Silk either. Immaculate's still getting away with this this random Silk merchant on the side.
Yeah, he's free floating, but I don't know. It's just very unlike Jatten to not go Com 2.
Yeah,
Despot's like him, but just Com 2. Like I said in the beginning of the match, Com 2 in this match, you're gonna get left behind if you don't do something. If you're not Com 2, you're gonna get left behind.
Yeah, on the left side, we do see Immaculate. He's gone for Science 2, and now he's gonna go for Mill 2. So just a bit greedy, whereas TNO's fallen behind a bit in terms of eco, wealth income, and knowledge income. He's just a bit behind, and I think that's because Immaculate's just using way more rares than TNO is. TNO only using 4 rares compared to the Immaculate's 7 there.
Prolaze's horse raids, or anybody's raids actually, where are they?
Where did Prolaze's horses go? On the front side, John's taken down the tower, and he might lose the horse here to getting it sniped by all these archers and that light horse there. Or a catapult, I mean. Horses are hard.
Yeah,
no, he's actually going to keep
again?
the catapult alive. This is going to be very close here on this side. Mentalist has a lot of units, and but Bitphoenix only has a couple units. He really doesn't have enough right now to help out his teammate.
Mentalist has a sweet eco right now.
Yeah. There's a tower and a lookout put up from Mentalist, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. His Senator's kind of sitting inside right now, which is a big mistake. He really needs it outside to get the armor on his buildings. John has a pretty large army. He's going to push for it. I don't know if he can get it out right. Prolaze is here with a bunch of units to help out as well. A bit uncoordinated, no forced march yet.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough.
And the militia are pulled. I would love to see Prolaze pull militia. Hanging Gardens for Immaculate.
Very weird push. Oh, I think there's no heavies for Mentalist, I guess. So all of his archers are just dying. I think that's just poor micro, because you could just go behind the tower, and then the horses would have to clump up over there.
Yeah, Prolaze a bit floating resources. I don't think this is going to work out for WL here. The scores are still neck and neck, but on the left side, it's going to be a big issue. Immaculate starting to push here at the city of Bristol with all these heavy infantry, which are terrible against British archers. Not really sure what he's doing. Fatabi...
It got the city? Maybe?
No, I don't think so. Oh, it looks like Lube is out here with a couple units to turn the tide.
Oh yeah, there we go.
It really felt like W had a good chance here. Prolaze just pulled militia, but he didn't, so they're going to lose this fight pretty badly. And that's a big loss for them.
Yeah, I mean, and then Mentalist can just buy the food back, so he's going to be fine.
Yeah, he lost a good amount of eco, but Jatton lost all of his army there, basically. It seems a bit questionable.
Yeah, Jatton's playing a bit out of character. I don't know what's happening with him.
I really wish he would have gone for that comp too. I think he would be doing much better, but now he's kind of dragging his team's score down.
Yeah, Jatton's their best player, and I don't know, maybe he had a bad game, because that doesn't look like him.
We do see Lube here going to go for the age. He's the first one to age here. And, Fatabi throwing away units against the Iroquois player. Oh no, what an utter disaster. Fatabi's going to lose his entire army aside from some horses. He had his units in ambush, but his archers were attacking, but his horses were not, so...
You don't out ambush the Iroquois player.
No, even though the Iroquois ambush is broken, it's like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's just invisible already.
Yeah, on the left side, it's actually a bit of an issue for TNO here. He's not able to hold against Immaculate. I think he's been skimping on army a bit.
Oh man,
he has a lot of resources floating, a ton of resources floating actually, and he's just Immaculate senses weakness, and so he's gonna push. Immaculate's Hang Gardens
he's pulling militia. He should be able to hold. British hold is pretty easy.
I mean, I think TNO just needs to make more army, because Lube is here now. He's posturing on this right side. I'm at 17 minutes. They're actually going to take the city on the side of WL. They're going to take Napata, and it's a huge loss for Mentalist here.
There we go.
Mentalist ego is completely shattered. And Jatton, he has a pretty decent army. Prolaze has a decent army. They're going to be ready to age very soon. Immaculate finishes up his Hang Gardens, and Lube is going to pressure the city of Bristol, and Fatabi's out of position. He's really, really far out of position. He can't go over and rotate.
Yeah, what time are you at again?
I'm at 17:22, but all of these British archers, man, all of these British archers from TNO, they're really helping out, and a bit of a miscoordination from AZ. They're going to pressure both sides. TNO's holding. He is technically holding. He's not really producing, though. I would love to see him just pump out more archers. And Fatabi needs to get over here and stat. Fatabi's just chilling while...
Oh, he aged. It's perfect.
Oh, he did age. Yeah, that's a big gain for him. He's gonna be able to hold this city for a little bit longer.
Yeah, he's good. He's fine.
On the right side, John still has his army together. John's actually going to go back for Colossus, even though his ego's like kind of terrible. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Fatabi should have gone for Colossus at this point, but he has a decent sized army, so that's okay.
Yeah, no, I just all the people all the Ron guys, most of our guys think, in Nomad at least, that Senator's always Senator, but just look at the Despot. He didn't even go Calm 2 and they took the city.
Yeah.
I think Despot's highly underrated, and Jatten's just showing it. Even though it was slightly awkward, he still took the city.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you Despot is not a pushover.
Yeah, we're gonna see Fatabi take a poor fight here in the middle of the map. Not really respecting Lube's upgraded army, and Fatabi's just kind of throwing away units. He's gonna throw away a catapult there. Oh, Fatabi.
That's not
This is
right.
very, very sloppy here. He's not even backing off. He has safety in the 2 towers. I don't know. He's I'm not really sure what he's doing. He just threw away like 4 or 5 units.
You need to move back, man. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, we do see pyramids going up for Lube trying to secure the late game. Because Mentalist, he's behind. He did manage to age, and his eco's recovering. In the water here, we're seeing some raids in the back that I've kind of missed, unfortunately. But both teams just scouting with some light ships, relatively minimal raids.
If you look, they're going for the cap. Mentalist is wide open. I just Bit Phoenix is falling behind. He's not really helping out too much because this Bit Phoenix's guy is Jatten's guy. He needs to match Jatten.
Yeah, we do see here, it's going to be, Prolace is a little bit out of position. He's a little bit too forward, and they don't really have a scout here, which is a big mistake from them. On the other side, Lube is pressuring Fatabi's city there in the center, so...
Oh, man. Yeah, and if you actually look, TNO has more gold than the Japan play, the Tier 1 Immaculate.
Wow,
British is also
178 to 130.
British is a standard pick on this map, just like Nubians.
Yeah, it looks like Immaculate's really struggling because he only has a single mountain. He's really struggling there. And compare that, his teammates, they also are struggling for mountains. Mentalist only has a single mountain. Lube has 2 mountains. Bit Phoenix has 1 + 8 mountain. And on the other side,
he's getting collapsed on.
What?
If you go back to TNO, he's getting collapsed again. The
the Chinese player, they're pressuring again, and I really wish Fatabi had a more mobile army. He's definitely fallen behind in this game.
Yeah, he did go Civ 1, which was correct, but he also messed up his city position. He needs to put it in the corner, and this is why Lube, despite not going Civ 1, was still able to get the city position. Fatabi messed up his city position, which is why he's allowing TNO to get doubled.
Right. I would like to see Jatten and Prolace just continue pressuring Mentalist. Mentalist's economy is somewhat recovered, but his army size is still relatively low. And on this side, Lube is doing an excellent job just continuously rotating between the left and right sides, putting pressure on TNO so he can't take any of Immaculate's cities. Oh my goodness, look at this. Immaculate's built elite Javelineers. What is this? Is this an interpoint?
It's for. I wouldn't call it that. I mean, sort of for the British archers, but I would agree with you. Just build horses instead of those.
Yeah,
things.
I mean, light cavalry are still fine. They're not great. Fatabi's going to take another bad trade here in the center of the map, and Lube has gotten Mill 3 now, so he's very strong. He's at nearly 200 eco. He has Science 2. Fatabi's continually throwing away units here. But he is going to wisely back off.
Fatabi's misplaying. He's not playing his normal self, I guess. He should be winning here.
3, so he should be very strong. And Jatten, he's doing well for himself. He has a bunch of metal floating here. And TNO looks like he took a bad trade against Immaculate. I guess all these elite Javelineers were helpful. Yeah, TNO really didn't need to force the fight there, but he is going to lose a bunch of units for that.
Oh man, and now he's going to get doubled from of Lube if Lube plays correctly.
Yeah,
Lube
I'm at
should be coming over
21-27 here. 21-27.
21. Yeah, we're at the same time. I'm just saying Lube should go to the other side now because they weaken the army. They could take the city.
Yeah. I would like to see Jatten and Prolace play a little bit more together. It feels like they're kind of split up. If they combine their armies, I think they could pressure one of these cities better. And also, Jatten, still no scout. Prolace has a scout now, but against the Iroquois player, that's just a death sentence. Your opponent ambushes, and then the Iroquois player's there, you're screwed. So.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Fatabi try. He tried to ambush the Iroquois player, and he just lost everything.
Yeah.
The season of giving.
Yeah, indeed. Let's take a quick look at the knowledge incomes here.
Go ahead, yeah.
Looks like who's leading? Lube and Immaculate are leading in the knowledge, with Prolace and TNO not far behind, as well as Mentalist. But Jatten is really struggling in the knowledge department. He's by far the lowest.
He's maxing it out though. He's maxing it out right now. Yeah, he's on his way to 21.
He's going Commerce
again,
2, which is
he's
a big
also
buff.
he's also Despot. He doesn't need to be the first guy to age, so he's okay. He's okay.
We're gonna see.
I think they're going for the cap.
Yeah, WL is gonna be pressuring the city of Marrow, and unfortunately for Mentalist, his market is a bit out of place, so he couldn't put his castle right behind his city, and that's gonna hurt him a lot. Would love to see a scout upgrade from Prolays. This is like really sloppy not having a scout. Oh, it looks like John's probably on a lookout. That's a nice choice.
That works as well.
Lube is going to start rotating. I'm not really sure what he's up to, but Fatabi scouted him. Fatabi is a very cavalry-based army, and Lube doesn't have enough pikes, so maybe Fatabi can make something happen here. He has a lot of cavalry on Fatabi's side. He does have, both players have armor.
Yep, this is where Russia's stronger than China.
Yeah, I would love to see Fatabi micro these knights to the back line.
Yeah, no. I've said this from the beginning. Russia's stronger than China. And then China can compete with Pappy, and he does have a much stronger boom, and that's just because of the circumstances. But again, Russia's stronger than China.
Right.
And he's going to win out here.
Yeah, and Fatabi even pulling Militia to make sure he wins the fight. A good choice. And Lube desperately trying to kite backwards, but he's still just throwing away units here. Really well played from Fatabi. That's going to even him up significantly, you know. We were kind of flaming him before, but now,
if
you
go to
that fight was really good.
AZ City,
they're going to be pressuring Marrow. Mentalist has moved his capital, but I'm not sure if they can hold this. I mean, BitPhoenix just has no units, and Mentalist doesn't really have any either. They're just going to be able to take the city very soon. Temple just finishes, which is going to save the city momentarily, but Lube needs to be there, and he just lost a fight, so he's not in any position to go help.
Exactly, and then, oh my god, I think they're going to get it too.
Yeah, the city of Marrow is going down. Man, they just have so many more units on the side of WL.
Yep, Despot, man, Despot.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Despot is highly underrated.
I mean, French and H3 are really strong, and they only get stronger, right? The healing is just so much raw health, basically.
Look at his army size. Like, this is exactly what I talked about.
Yeah.
You're always going to have more army with Despot, and the Senator play is going to be pop-capped or can't make enough.
Right.
Or fast enough as well.
Yeah,
this is top tier play.
Yeah,
very well done by that.
This is we were calling John now for not going Silk or for not using the Silk to go Com 2, but I mean we've seen that this straight Commerce has been really effective. The Commerce, Mill 2, and Age, it's been really effective. And Prolays is going to go back. He says, well, Lube, you have no army, so I'm going to walk at you. And Lube is like, oh, well, I'm trying to age here, so please don't fight me. And on the other side, they're dying on the right side. Nicely played from Fatabi. On this left side, I mean, TNO has 16 archers. It's going to be really hard for Immaculate to break this. Immaculate's army is in shambles. He's tech-wise, he's ahead.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, TNO just has so many archers. I think Immaculate cannot break this.
Yep. I'm saying WL is playing the highest level. They're doing all the right things. Russia will beat China with the horses. Everything's looking great. And then Despot as well.
Right.
Very well done by WL.
Yeah, and Mentalist at this point, he has a lot of food and timber and a decent amount of wealth, but man, he has no metal income. They actually do take back the city momentarily because Jatten is doing whatever on the side. I'm not really sure what he's doing.
Look at the Despot go, guys. This is Despot. This is beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, all of these pikes, I actually really like this composition from Jatten because he's just gonna, he loses a fight by cutting his cavalry routed with pikemen. So we're going to see two fights simultaneously. Mentalist desperately trying to take back a city and against Prolays versus Jatten just completely wiping the floor with BitPhoenix's units. Really no chance for BitPhoenix to hold it together.
I want to point this out again. I know I watched AZ versus MFW, and BitPhoenix was also lacking in that series as well. He's just not matching Jatten's ability right now. And it's showing because he just doesn't have the units or the eco. It's just very strange play from BitPhoenix. Maybe he gets nervous in the tournament. I'm not sure.
Jatten has 5 sieges. 5 trebuchets and no supply wagon.
Let's go!
Let's go! I'm a little bit surprised Jatten hasn't made another supply wagon. He's going Terracotta Army in the back for Jatten.
It's perfect. It's Despot spam units. You're gonna have more army than everyone.
Yeah, Fatabi's going for Forbidden City, and Immaculate is aging. He has a decent-sized army, and all of these Javelineers, they can be turned into arquebusiers. So I think that's their last chance on AZ to try and turn this game around. When Lube and Immaculate age and they push, maybe they can get something going. Because Lube, you know, for all of his losses, he's still had a very good eco, and he's able to put together a decent-sized army. He's aging. And I think Fatabi's going to have to pull back very soon. He needs to repair this city at the front because he's going to get sieged on very soon. He is pop capped though, so.
Yeah, so this is where Pappy China comes in. He'll be for stage 4, and he was relatively booming, and Fatabi was not. And Fatabi didn't punish him by taking the wrong city placement. Fatabi just had to go to the corner, and this city from Fuzhou would have not been placed.
Yeah, Immaculate finishes aging, and TNO, you know, he kind of senses that his opponents are going to age soon, so he's trying to take a fight. I'm not sure if this is good for him or not, but he has so many archers on the side of TNO, and things are just going to get easier for Immaculate, you know, with the arquebusiers matching the British archers.
Oh, if you look, Jadden's horses are inside of Lube's cap. He's stopping the eco. Now Jadden's going to the cap.
Wow, yeah. I mean, these horses from Jadden, it's a really good army raid, and he's just gonna send the rest of his army, and he's like, "See you later, nerd. I'm gonna crush your eco here." And Lube, you know,
this is such good play because Jadden knows he's 4 and Fatabi's not 4, so he's pulling Lube back because now Lube has to defend and worry about himself.
Right. Really nice play from Jadden, just putting the pressure, you know, again, he's the one demonstrating pressure. He's creating a massive problem for Lube to deal with, and Lube really wants to be trying to kill Fatabi here, but he can't because on the other side is getting crushed.
And they just have to ignore Mentalist. Mentalist is practically out of the game. He's at 2 cities and has no army and no anything, so this is just very well good stuff from WL.
Yeah, Mentalist, he just doesn't have any mountains. He can't really put together any sort of meaningful army. The best he can do is some horses and crossbows, but even then he's really, really behind. City of Beijing is being sieged. Bit Phoenix moving the units back. In the water here, we do see some light battles, but mostly nothing serious. And Fatabi, you know, he recognizes that Lube's gone back, so he's started to siege, and Lube is wrapping around. Do you see this? He's wrapping around. I'm at 2830. He's wrapping around.
They're about to encircle.
This could be a big moment because, you know, as the French despot, most of your strength comes in your army. If you lose your army, it could be really bad. And so they might try to triple here for the side of AZ. They're going to try and triple the armies. And Jadden and Proles, they're like, okay, yeah, we got to pull back. Oh, no, they're going in. Just kidding.
They're going in.
They're going in. I don't know. They're going to run into it.
This is a huge mistake. They might get it, though. They might get it.
They might get the cap.
With the pikes. Oh, my. They're going for it. Yeah, I think they'll get it.
The sieges weren't sieging. Yeah, Jen's just going to rush for it. I think they could have just fought Lube on the side. But they're going to go for the content play, throwing for content here. They're going for the capital. The capital is almost reduced, but it's not going to quite be there, and Lube is wrapping on the back. I think they got their army encircled, and this is really, really bad news. Lube does lose his capital. Jadden gets the cap sack.
Yeah, he gets it.
But, I mean, I think he's throwing away his entire army, which means this is not worth it. I mean, I think they just could have just turned around and fought Lube.
They could have just ran away, honestly. With Despot is very finicky. You can't lose your army, and I think Jadden just lost his whole army.
Yeah, they just lost their whole army. I mean, that's a big throw. I mean, they got the cap sack, but Lube has his entire army. I really feel like they could have just backed off and fought there. Let's take a look at the left side. TNO and
plenty of Mentalist time.
Yeah, TNO and Immaculate both have aged. Immaculate has a monarchy but is struggling for metal, whereas TNO is he's at plus 237 metal. That means he's going to be able to outpace his opponent in terms of army. And Fatabi has been sieging away at his opponent's production. You know, Fatabi has been pop capped for a while, so he has a ton of resources actually.
He has. Oh my god, he's over 1,000 and everything. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he is pop capped. That means his eco's not built efficiently. That means there's too many villagers.
Yeah, or that he's not I don't. What is all his eco or his pop? I don't understand.
Yeah, his eco's not built efficiently.
Yeah, he's a bunch of extra woodcutters or something.
Yeah, but now Lube's on the offensive.
Look at this mine. When you watch this, look at this mine at Mermanx. I see plus 80 out of plus 80, and you have science 3. What does that mean? Get a smelter, please.
Smelter time. Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, that was quite the throw by WL on this side. They just like threw away a bunch of their army for a cap sack that didn't really mean that much.
However, there is some sense to it, because Jatten did get a cap sack. He got all the resources, and he gets to change his army comp. He gets to get rid of all the crossbows and make room for RQBCAs. So, in some sense, it was okay, because they're not losing, and he got the resources from the cap sack.
Right.
And he get to switch his army. So it's okay, but if in a risky situation, totally not okay.
Yeah,
Don't lose your army.
Yeah, and you know, I think if you're Immaculate, you must be really hating the fact that you only have a single mountain, because I think he would be winning on this side if he had more mountains, but he's only at plus 60 metal, or plus 80 metal. Again, he doesn't have a smelter, so that's also his own fault. But,
yeah, man, you know, British on this map is insanity.
Yeah,
they're really strong.
Playing out of his mind right now. He was able to defend against 2 players multiple times. You know, just wisely figuring out how to spam archers. You know, British archers are the best units one of the best units in the game, and I just spam and defend. I don't need to pressure. I need to make sure Immaculate's not booming out of his mind, which he is. He's making sure by having some siege. But aside from that, you know, he doesn't need to force anything.
Exactly, and then I've heard a lot of people say TNO's not that strong, and just at the highest level of gameplay, player strength really shows, and I think TNO is very strong. So the people who've got confused with TNO, don't be confused. This guy plays very well, and same for Immaculate as well. That's why Immaculate's still alive. So very strong players.
Yeah, we do see Jatten and Proles have both aged. Bit Phoenix and Mentalist just aged. And, I mean, in H4, French are incredibly strong. These Horse Grenadiers, man, they are chef's kiss. Oh my god, they're so good.
The reason why you never see French and past H4 is because they've already won the game once they get to H4.
Right.
So I expect a steamroll from Jatten coming shortly.
Here, I would like to see Proles play a little bit more with Jatten. I think they still... If Jatten gets doubled by Bit Phoenix and Lube here, it could be problematic. And you know, Fatabi, he's trying to put up as best an army as he can, but he's pop capped once again. And look at Lube's army; he has a massive army. His eco is not amazing, but he has a massive army. Only 60 wealth, but you know, very very large army. And Fatabi just needs to hold out until Jatten or Proles can come over and reinforce him.
Oh yeah, no. Russia will beat China. Fatabi's fine. But I think Jatten still hasn't got a siege wagon. He's not a believer in siege wagons.
No,
apparently.
he's not. He's like French. What is the supply button? Out of supply? X. Jatten's going from Monarch now, so I assume that's when he's going to get a siege supply wagon. But man,
yeah, I think he actually just made one. I think I'm a little bit up ahead. What time are you at again?
I'm at 3310. 3310. Oh yeah, I see the supply wagon rolling in now.
There you go. Finally, Jatten.
Yeah. I mean, Fatabi just needs to hold here, but I don't know. I would really like to see Proles walk over and help Jatten. I think, like, they're pressuring Beijing, which is good, and I think they're going to actually wait.
Where is Proles?
Proles is pressuring Beijing right now.
Yeah.
There's no temple still, and actually, Lube is going to lose the city once again to Proles here.
I think Bit Phoenix has just been absent the whole game. I haven't seen him pretty much do anything.
Right.
I'm a bit surprised.
Yeah.
He normally plays better. But I think that's what really happened over here, because remember he let Mentalist 1v2.
Yeah, we're gonna see Lube get pressured here, and John's kind of sitting here with his cavalry. All his cavalry can attack, but they're just sitting. Okay, he's gonna move them in now, and so Lube is gonna get his army completely routed here. I mean, this is the problem of China. You just don't have enough. Like you want to spam heavy cavalry and light infantry, but your army comp you can't afford all those pikes. On the right side, it does look like Bit Phoenix have attacked Jatten's sieges, Jatten leaving those momentarily unguarded, but I think this game's over. I think Jatten and Proles have won their side, and they call GG. Wow, very impressive play here from WL. TNO seemed like he was winning his side. He has 126 population and a massive army, so wow.
Yeah, no, TNO is very strong. He's gonna win.
That is gonna do it. What a game.
Okay. 2-1 for WL.
Yeah, that's 2-1 for WL. What do you think about that game? What's your thoughts?
Wow. Okay, so to begin with, I think WL slightly messed up their build orders. So Fatabi's city placement was wrong. He should have put it in the far left corner to prevent the cutoff, to prevent doubling TNO. So that was one of his mistakes. And then Jadden's very uncharacteristic not going calm too. He still made it work. So I think I'd give the MVP to Jadden because he still made the pressure. He outplayed Bit Phoenix by a lot. He had way more units than Bit Phoenix.
Right.
And I know I'm messing with Bit Phoenix a little bit, but he did let his team down because he did let Mentalist 1v2. So I just think the MVP for me at least would be Jadden because he made his Calm 1 work and he 1v2 with Prolays to take Mentalist City.
Right, and I think this game, Lube, we saw him have a really, really good score in Immaculate as well, but unfortunately they were just not able to put it together. We saw Lube with some really nice rotations, but Tino just never lost a city. Tino with a really, really good defense on the left side against Japanese and Chinese to combine. And we see here, like, even though Immaculate and Lube have very good knowledge incomes, Immaculate and Loop have really good knowledge incomes. Everybody else from WL eventually caught up. Jatten's the only one really trailing.
Look at Fatabi's knowledge income. He's at 400 with Russians because he has porcelain and he's using like over 20 rares.
Oh my god, Fatabi! This must have been the god Russian game. I also got to say, good job for Tabi. He was definitely lagging behind Lube a bit in the early game. And he took some pretty unfavorable trades, just like kind of throwing away units.
Right.
But he had
messed
one
up a couple
exceptional
things.
fight against Lube, and Lube, it's a big problem for him. He lost a lot of his army right before age time, and so that was really fortunate.
And then both China and Russia got to 4, and Russia's stronger than China, so he will eventually win out here as well, as long as he survived age 3, where China's a bit stronger with the infantry. But who do you think the MVP was? You never said who you thought was.
I think I'll go Jatten as well. I think the French death spot was decent. It was like, it's not like an amazing execution, but it was. I definitely think
it was a bit awkward.
It felt a bit awkward, but I do think he recognized when he had this an advantage over an opponent and he went in. He pushed when he had to, and that is going to win them this game, bringing them to 2-1 for WL and match point.
So match point, match point.
All right, I'm going to update the graphic quickly. 1 second. So in the chat, tell us what you think. Do you think WL are going to pull it out, or do you think AZ are going to come back and win the next 2 games? And how's everybody enjoying the stream so far? We really appreciate your feedback as always, and I hope you guys are having a good time, because I'm having a good time. This is one of the more hyped series we've casted on the stream.
Yeah, by this point, everybody's actually pretty much around the same level skill-wise in a 1v1 setting, so strategies really show up in here, and that's the most exciting part of Ron.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break, so sit tight. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. Get some water, go to the bathroom, and we'll be back in around 5 minutes. See you soon. All right. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to take a quick moment to reflect. So it is 2-1 in favor of White Lotus in the series so far, and it is match point. So if White Lotus win, they move on to the semis, and AZ are knocked out. And this is something that obviously AZ really are trying to oppose. The AZ seen as they were seeded higher than White Lotus in the in the original seeding, and so they might be kind of kicking themselves that they aren't ahead in the series. But definitely I think the exceptional play from White Lotus so far, especially in game number 3, felt they just played better than their opponents. Now we're going to jump into game number 4. Before we do, you can take a look at the graphic there. You can see what maps have already been picked and what nations have already been picked. And as a reminder, each team cannot repeat nations. So, for example, since both teams have already picked Bantu, you can't pick Bantu anymore for the rest of the series. And so, we saw that play in an interesting dynamic to WL picking Spanish and Watering Hole because their opponents picked Spanish for Mediterranean. And so on. So for this game, AZ gets to choose the map, and let's see what sort of strategies they come up with, and WL can counter it. All right, I'm going to pull up the game here. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so it looks like this is a 3v3 this time, because I'm not entirely sure, but I imagine it could be a scheduling thing, right? A lot of who plays which map is because of scheduling. So this game, we're going to see Jatten, TNO, and Prolays play, so they took out Fatabi. And on the other side for AZ, we're going to see Bit Phoenix, Lube, and Immaculate, so they took out Mentalist. So from those teams. So 3v3s play in a pretty interesting dynamic. It oftentimes can be a 2v2 and a 1v1, or 3 1v1s, and rotations are usually more common, I would say, in 3v3s because the map is a bit smaller, and it's easier to rotate to your opponents, or to your allies and your opponents and the like. Yeah, so it looks like AZ have chosen Himalayas for this map. They've chosen a more booming map, recognizing that, the last 2 games they lost because they kind of got rushed or they lost map control very early. And so this game, they're going to sit back and boom a little bit, I'm imagining, is their strategy.
Yeah, they did win game 1 because of booming. So
right. Yeah.
Maybe they're more comfortable with it.
All right, let's take a look at the players and their nations, and I'm going to hope Resonations doesn't crash here. Okay, it didn't. Okay. All right, so for WL, they're doing tier 2, 3, 4. So for Prolays has Americans, so the tier 2. TNO has tier 3 with Persians, and tier 4 is Jatten with Maya. On the other side, for AZ, they've got Lube with Inca. Tier 3 is Immaculate with Greeks, and tier 4 is Bit Phoenix with Koreans. So again, another set of teams, another matchup where none of the nations are repeats. What do you think about this, Philosberto? Who do you think has the edge here?
Oh man, this is a weird draft. I mean, this is what you'd expect when all the nations have been picked, but I think Inca, of course, Inca is going to be dominant on this map just because there's mountains everywhere. So I really like Inca, and it's match point. They have to win. So Inca's a great pick here. However, that being said, Americans can match Inca, especially if they get Colossus. They cannot allow Inca to get Colossus, and Americans can match Inca Boom. And the other guys, let's see, Koreans I don't like, because Koreans you need an active map, and they don't boom very well. Compared to Maya are super fast and can boom very well. So I think Koreans is a bad pick. And then, let's see, Greeks, I prefer Greeks over Persians on this map as well. So actually, Jatten picks better than Bit Phoenix, so their tier 4 is better. But AZ has a better tier 2 and tier 3. So yeah. Maybe AZ. But again, Americans, I'm telling you, if you let them get out of hand, and if they have Colossus, they can easily match Inca's power.
Right. I think, for me at least, my perspective on Americans in general is that usually they are a nation where if they get ahead, they will stay ahead, and then they'll win you the game. But the problem is if you get behind at all, or you take a bad fight, then it's really hard to recover. And I think I definitely give the edge to AZ here. I think Inca is just much better than Americans, overall. I would say.
Yeah, overall. I think it's weird. I just wouldn't discredit Americans that much.
Yeah, the potential to be aggressive is much. That's a significant advantage for Inca. Like Americans, you're never going to see an Americans player raiding. Like, for the most part. Like, they're going to try to go for Colossus or Hanging Gardens. They're going to boom up to 4. They're going to get a free Monarchy, and then they're going to kill you. But the Inca player, you know, they can also do that, right? They can go to 4 very quickly with their insane wealth income, but they can also raid you continuously with heavy cavalry and slow you down. They can send wealth to their allies. They can get a zillion wonders because they have so much wealth.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Inca's is much better. I'm just saying, like, if America gets to 4 with Colossus, I'm just saying they can match Inca. So I guess you're completely right then. Inca is better pick. So we do give the draft to AZ then.
Yeah.
It's just the Korean pick is just killing me, man.
I'm a little bit surprised. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head without the graphic. I believe AZ picked, what is it? They picked China, Spain, and Maya so far.
Right.
So they're left with Russia.
They haven't picked Maya.
I think they
could have just picked.
I think they picked Maya on Watering Hole.
You're right. Sorry. Yeah. So okay.
They're left with Koreans, Russians, and Dutch. So you know, I guess Koreans is fine. I don't know.
No. I would have taken Dutch. Koreans is the worst boomer in Tier 4. They have no eco bonuses, right?
I mean, their eco bonuses are they get free citizens sometimes. So they get 1 free citizen when they build their very first city, and then they get, I think, 3 after they build the second city.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's enough. I think Koreans would have been better picked for more in the middle. He needs to be in the middle, and this is a straight booming map. So I don't like Koreans. I would have picked Dutch. I would have picked Dutch over here, even just based on what's been taken already.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see if Bitphoenix can put that Koreans to work. It really felt like he did not have enough impact in the last game as Iroquois.
Man. Yeah, hopefully he plays like his normal stuff. He's really good, and I know he can play really well, so hopefully he does better.
All right, well, let's take a look at where the players are located. For WL, we've got Proles on the right wing with Americans, green Americans player. In the pocket, the purple Mayan player, Jatin. And on the very left side of WL, we've got the light blue Persian player, TNO. On the other side, the yellow Inca player, Lube. Next to him is ally, the blue Koreans player, Bitphoenix. And on the top side, the red Greeks player, Immaculate. So everybody's pretty far spread out. It looks like Immaculate has gotten off to a very fast start if we take a look here at the runes counts. Oh no, he actually doesn't have that many runes. Jatin has the most runes by far with 7 runes, it looks like. That's a lot of runes. And Lube is just falling. Lube and TNO are falling a little bit behind with 3 and 2, respectively.
Yeah, what time are you at, by the way?
I'm at 5:30. I just got to 5:30. Let's take a look at what the players have in terms of rares. So we can start with AZ this time. AZ have Bison, they have Copper, they have Obsidian, and then wine, or sorry, that's not wine, that's cotton, my bad, cotton and Pappy, as well as tobacco and peacocks and gems. And then in the center of the map, they have wool, spice, possibly dye. What else? And then on the right side, there might be a citrus for them. And then for WL, they have wine, they have diamonds, they have horses, they have marble, they have amber, furs, sugar, silk, and dye and relics. So, yeah, I mean, pretty safe to say that WL have better rares by a good margin. I mean, AZ's best rare is Pappy, followed by Gems, which are both good rares, but, you know, they're definitely lacking in terms of wealth rares compared to their opponents who have diamonds and amber and the like. They
have horses.
Yeah,
horses for Persia.
Yeah, furs and sugar, both very, very good rares, making sure you don't get rushed easily.
If you look right now, the Greeks Immaculate player is using relics right now, which is very good.
Ooh, very sneaky.
In the middle of the map.
Yeah, it's sneaking that merchant there. That's a nice move from Immaculate. We did see him do a similar thing last game with Silk. I'm getting to 653.
Yeah, he's sneaking rares.
Yeah.
653. Okay, I'm at 706. Let me pause.
Yeah. Alright, just got to 7.
Yeah, let me know when you get to 707.
Okay. 704,
707 is when I'll
5,
pause.
6, 707.
And that's how we get in sync, boys.
Yeah. Looks like everybody's gone for a very standard build thus far. We see Commerce Civic for every single player. You can see the text of each player on the side here as well. You know, the first number is Middle, Civic, Commerce, and then Science. Pretty slow start. You know, most of the other games are, you know, most of the other games are have been relatively fast-paced at the beginning, but this game, you know, relatively quiet, nothing too fancy happening. We do see Military 1 coming out of Jatton. He's going to throw up his barracks. I'm not sure if he's going to be aggressive or defensive with these, with his first couple units here, but his eco is very good. He's at 110, 110, and 52 wealth already.
Yeah, he has the most ruins, and then he will be the fastest. But also, the Red Immaculate player has got an amazing start. Bison and Relics for Greeks, I think he'll be fast as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing very well for himself already. Only 22 wealth income, you know, the wealth rares are definitely hurting him, but he's going to throw down a second market. We see players often do this on a what do you call it? On a land map, because they need more metal or wealth income.
Oh yeah, land map. That's a better description. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then if you see, there is one mistake. I don't think TNO is using diamonds.
Ooh, that's a big mistake. Yeah, TNO, maybe he's sending his merchant over right now. Oh yeah, it looks like he is sending his merchant over. So that's going to get there eventually. And it looks like if you look at Prolez's library, he's skipped. He's chosen to skip the military, and he's probably just going to age very soon, go for an instant wonder. He's actually gone back for science, interestingly enough. I'm not really sure why. And if you look, he's using marble as well, so clearly he's going for a wonder there. Maybe he's going for hanging gardens.
Noticed Prolez does like to use marble. He's the only pro I've seen use marble like all the time.
Yeah. Honestly,
it's kind of funny.
I feel like it's not worth it. Like you get like what is it? Where's the marble merchant?
The merchant.
It's on the right of my pen, yeah.
If it's like the third or fourth merchant, it actually costs more to buy the merchant.
Cost to build wonders reduced by 10%. Like it's like 20 food, 20 timber. Like I don't know. I'm not sure what Prolez is going for here. He might go for. He has the money for. He will have the money for hanging gardens. Maybe.
Oh, well, I think he's going for gardens over Colossus.
Over Colossus. Definitely an interesting choice. And it looks like they have. They have scouted that that Immaculate's using relics, but they haven't driven him away yet.
I mean, Americans with hanging gardens still deadly because they'll go to 4 very fast. But the only issue is, if Inca gets Colossus, I've always said this: Inca with Colossus will never lose to anything. But he has to be Senator. He has to be Senator.
Yeah.
So if he goes Colossus, it could be interesting on the left side.
Yeah, definitely. We do see here Lube is kind of struggling to age up. He's only at 80 food income for some reason. I'm not really sure why. And on this side, Jan's going to start raiding Immaculate.
What the heck? Oh, they killed Bison. That's why he's at 80 income. He killed the Bison.
He killed the Bison merchant. Gotcha. Yeah, he's just trying to hit these merchants. And let's see, Prolez. And
it looks. Go ahead.
Prolez wisely moved his merchant off of marble, and it looks like Big Phoenix tried to snipe a merchant at sugar, but I think he took out one, which is good for him. But I'm not sure if he lost any units there. Looks like everybody's going to age up to age 2. Nobody going for any fancy techs aside from Jatton, who's gone Civic 2 before aging.
Yeah, with Maya, it's fine. He's fast enough to get map control. That's okay. And then if I saw the chat, Lube said he's going to go for Colossus. So this is going to be a game, boys. They're not just going to roll over.
Yeah.
Inca with Colossus should never lose its side.
Yeah, Lube is definitely slow. You know, obviously as the Inca player, you're really counting on a bunch of the rares and stuff. And getting Bison rated that early definitely hurts him. But he is alone. He is not alone. Sorry, he's with his ally, the Korean player, who can protect him from TNO, and TNO is basically alone on that side. So.
Yeah, and then in the chat, Priya says Marble is great on East versus West or later ages. I 100% agree, because Marble does have a big effect. When everyone else has wonders, if you want to get those later wonders, Marble actually has a huge effect.
Jan's narrowly going to save his merchant from a raid from Bit Phoenix, his hoplite at Relics. Just narrowly saved. A bit surprised that Jan didn't put an archer there earlier. And
Yeah,
that is
man,
it
they
is
have-
Colossus for Lube. He's throwing down the Colossus, and so it's going to be a booming match. I'm excited to see who comes out on top.
I mean, but still, Lube has to kill with Colossus. He can't just outboom the American player.
Right. Well, he can
Ameri-
if he raids his opponent enough, but yeah, you're right.
No, not just America. I'm just saying Hanging Gardens in general. You're not going to be
that's fair.
outbooming Hanging Gardens, so
That's fair.
that was my point.
Yeah.
And then he has Relics Diamonds, so oof. What time are you at again?
I'm at 11:48. Just got to 11:48. So it looks like Senator for everybody, nothing too fancy. Immaculate's actually gone Science 2 with that Pappy as well. And let's we'll check on the knowledge incomes very soon. But another raid, this Hoplite from Bitphoenix going unanswered again. WL just seeming a bit sloppy on protecting their merchants in the raids here. I mean, there's a Hoplite here,
right?
You know, they already got relics raided. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not gonna just go back home. I'm done.
Yeah, like see you
Let's go
later.
to the next rare.
Yeah. Anyways, but a little bit sloppy there from WL. C looks like both sides are just kind of scouting with their senators thus far. Nothing too fancy, and it looks like AZ have seen their opponents have diamonds, but it's gonna get that archer, that Hwarong is gonna get picked off by a bowman protecting it. So good work from Jatten there.
Yeah, but if AZ knows how to raid, they're gonna send a horse immediately after.
Right, exactly.
Because once you see something on a rare and what's defending it, you just send the counter. So if there's an archer there, you send a horse. If there's a hoplite there, you send an archer.
Yeah.
The next time. So.
And Bitphoenix, I like his build here. He's gone for Civic 2, which is really good with Koreans. You know, you don't have to produce that many citizens because, bam, 5 free citizens.
Yeah, let's see your Korean boom that you told me about, Bear.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like not bad. Jan's going to raid with some light horses here. Light horses are pretty good on this map because there's so much open space. There's so much land space to go.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember the PLA versus PLA game? Or was it
yeah. I think so, yeah.
There was one team where... No, it was the EL game where Irish with Dutch just out-raided with light horses against the China Persians. So
right.
Very good stuff by Jatten.
Yes. Again, very passive game this early on. TNO's been the one dragging in score a bit among his team members. I'm not really sure what he's up to. I guess he's trying to make sure he doesn't die, but you know, he's just a bit slow. Luke does finish up that Colossus, and Prolace is actually going to go for Commerce 2 because you know he has a lot of knowledge. So
yeah, there's a time bomb now because both the right side will win and the left side will win. For AZ will win left side and then WL will win right side. So who can do it better? Who can do it better?
Exactly. Bit surprised that Prolace civ to the right here. I was expecting him to civ towards the center to try and get map control, but instead it's going to be Bitphoenix with his very forward city getting a lot of map control. With a temple and Korean free religion upgrade, his borders will push out of control, and you know, just being able to operate in that larger territory is really, really powerful.
I mean, the only issue is he's Korean still, so he's no army strength, he's no eco, so
right.
We'll see what he can do. But yeah, if you look, Immaculate has Science 3.
Wow.
With the Happy.
Yeah, Immaculate just going for a very, very greedy build, and it seems like he's not going to get punished for it. He might be able to defend for a long time. He's building his third city now.
Yeah, and then Inca player has no science, interesting enough. And I think he should go Calm 2 and build his eco up.
Yeah.
He already has the Colossus. Just max out 300 gold and just steamroll.
Right.
It's so easy to play with Inca Colossus.
TNO, I'm not really sure what he's up to. He has a bunch of floating wealth. He's now going to click up on science, but he has no scholars right now, only 44 knowledge income.
What the heck?
Compared to 110 for Lube, 105 for Bitphoenix, and 74 for Immaculate. And then
if there's a way WL can lose, it's from TNO dying too fast.
Right.
So last game he played amazing with British, but by beating the tier 1. But if he dies too fast, AZ has a chance, a good chance too.
Right, yeah, I think they have the map control advantage. And if you look, let's take a look at the other incomes. So for Jatten, he's got 110 knowledge, and for Prolace, he's at 170. So he's flying. He already has Commerce 2, and he's going to be able to age very soon. Greek's player should be able to age soon as well, and is already building a fort. Immaculate recognizing I just need to chill, I need to defend my side, and eventually the Inca player will outboom. Jan doing some really nice raiding in the center of the map, just trying to punish Bit Phoenix for building this forward city, picking off some free citizens, and we're seeing some of the signature Jatten micro that we all love to watch on the stream.
Like, you see Jet and micro, and then you play against them, and then the micro's 10 times better. It's insanity.
Right.
His micro is top tier.
Yeah. He might lose his cataphract though, I'm not sure.
Okay, as we say that, as we compliment the micro.
As we compliment him, his skill, yeah.
The caster's cursed.
But Jan is definitely trying to make the space for his team, right? He's did some early raids, and he's now kind of pressuring.
But if we look again, it's the scouting from game. Remember game 1 issues? Scouting? They don't see Pappy. They don't see Pappy.
Oh yeah, they don't see Pappy.
They need to scout everything, and I know some players that are the highest macros. They buy scouts in the barracks, and they finish up the rest of the unseen map. Because you need to know what rares you can sneak. You can even sneak rares. It's just you need to know all the rares,
right?
And that's just another mistake. Just like in game 1, they really don't know how far ahead the other guys are. Because remember, Red has Com 3, has Science 3 as Greeks already. So just another mistake.
Yeah, Sugar is going to get raided momentarily. Lube wisely pressuring with some archers, and Tino, I'm not really sure what he's up to. He's also building a fort at his city, so he's settling in for the long game, just for the defense. Jaden with a very large raiding party in the back here. He's going to try and see if he can catch a Korean merchant or something, and the Phoenix just doesn't have that much army. Let's see who micros better. Looks like Jaden's not really doing a good job microing. Oh, no, maybe he picks up the unit.
If you look in the chat, Tino's getting frustrated with the raids on horses. He keeps losing. The Persians keep losing the horse rare, which is huge for them.
Yeah, I mean, a simple tower would do it for them, but yeah, that's a big deal. Proles is age 3, as is Immaculate's going to be aging 3 as well. Immaculate has 108 knowledge income and 109 wealth. He's doing very well for himself. Jan's at 140 knowledge, but only at 68 wealth. And
if you look at Lube, Lube is at 233 gold, higher than anyone.
Oh my goodness,
almost
I'm at 1740.
double.
Wow, he's very, very rich. His knowledge, he's catching up. You know, he's gonna need a university at his third city. And
he does have science too, so he's not that far behind.
And it looks like he's going to be wanting to get aggressive. He's already queuing up a catapult. He has a pretty sizable army. This Sugar does not look safe at all. I think the WL need to move their merchants.
Yeah, I think they lost Sugar because of that. Yeah, for sure. And then the Persian player keeps losing horses, so he can't mass elephants, man. That's how important these things are. You have to account for everything.
Right.
It's just Inca's rating.
Yeah, very sloppy of WL to not protect that at all. I mean, their underbelly is very exposed to their opponents, whereas for Jatten, it's really hard for him to get into the back belly of his opponents. Proles is
look at horses, right? Look at horses again. It's getting raided again.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, the season of giving, boys. Here we are again. Merchants for the taking.
Yeah, decent elephant raid here in the back, although Tino's not really target firing. He's kind of just hitting the tower right now with his elephants.
Oh man, yeah, that could happen. It's hard to raid.
Yeah. Jaden trying to keep up with his opponent's pace by continuously raiding.
Look in the chat. Tino said exactly what I just said. It's super important to the Persian player. Because he's just the elephants. He can't spam without horses.
Yeah, and all of those merchants died. All of those merchants died to the single cataphract.
Oh man. Yeah.
Jaden is doing a good job pressuring here. He's getting a bunch of free kills on Bit Phoenix, who's just fallen a bit behind.
Oh man, Bit Phoenix, come on, bro.
And Proles with the Hanging Gardens, he's getting granary and lumber mill upgrades. His economy is going to be skyrocketing in a moment. And he's also going for a smelter. Oh, you love to see it.
Yeah, no. This is the Coco version of Americans. Coco always just goes Hanging Gardens and booms to age 5 before everybody. I feel like Proles is on the right track to that sort of setting.
Right. It seems like the strategy for Lube on this side is he's going to try to kill TNO, but it really feels like Bit Phoenix is in no place to help him.
Oh no! Like I said again, Koreans is just not it, man. There's no army presence, no eco presence. I mean, you get map control, but this is a booming map. I mean, you're gonna get to each other eventually, anyways. So, but
Right.
I think Loob's play is perfect. He has to do something quick because other side will die to Americans.
Right, yeah. Jatton gonna start working on Forbidden City. His eco is doing decently, but he doesn't have Science 2 yet, which is a bit of an awkward.
Oh wait, yeah, Jadden's wood is actually pretty low.
Yeah,
I guess he's building.
pulling. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And TNO's gonna go back. Or go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just gonna finish it off. He's making the eco to where the 50 wood and 50 food from the Forbidden cap him off at 215.
Right.
So notice how he's not making more farms. So Jadden's building is one of the top tiers as well.
Oh. Excuse me, sorry. We do see pyramids coming along for TNO. Just gonna be able to. It's really helpful if he can get it. It being able to afford all those elephants to fight against the heavy cavalry spam from Lube. But Lube does look like he has a larger army, and he's already sieging away at the city of Yazd.
Yeah, but one of the mistake, you always point this out. You're great at pointing this out. His army composition. You need heavies to take a city.
Yeah,
you can't kill the elephants, man. So I think he needs to diversify a little bit more. Yes, you're Inca. Yes, you're at 300 gold, like I predicted, but you have to have different stuff. You can't just have heavy horses and archers.
And I really like this. I mean, obviously TNO doesn't have a ton of units, but I really like his army composition. He's just spamming heavy infantry.
Yep.
These ranged heavy infantry are really, really good. Obviously they're slightly, like in a straight up fight, they're slightly weaker than a pikeman, but because of their range,
you can defend easier.
Yeah.
Exactly. They don't have to move to defend. They can just sit back there like an archer.
Right.
Very good point.
All right. Well, Jatton's going to start pressuring. He has some catapults here, and Prole should be ready to age soon. Let's take a look at his library. Yep, I'm at 2131, and he is only 400 knowledge off aging. He's very close. He's going to have tactics as well if he clicks up on it with Mill 3. He's going to be ready to go. And Jatton is also, he's getting there. He doesn't have science quite yet, but
yeah. He does have Mill 3. He forgot to click up on armor, though. That could be a mistake if he starts fighting without armor.
Let's see on the bottom side. So it looks like neither player has armor because neither of them have Mill 3. And TNO's getting a little hurt here. He can't produce more units because he's pop capped. And here Lube's going to start walking in just to poke, but he's going to lose some... I think he's going to lose a bunch of health on his units immediately to all of these Thanatoi here and crossbows.
Yeah, he sieged the city. Now he needs to siege the fort. But then again, the ranged heavies could just snipe the siege. Persian defense bonus. Ranged heavies.
Right. Nice raids from TNO. He's just causing some havoc. I don't know if it's doing a ton of damage, but he's doing some work. TNO does finish up that pyramid, so that's going to be nice for him. And yeah, again, this game has so far been just like a booming game. They've done some light raids on both sides. But we're going to see this game heat up very soon as Prole is going to click up on age very, very soon.
Yeah, let's see his army. Oh, yeah, he's starting to build that American army, man.
Yeah. Immaculate is also close to aging, if you look at his library here. He's only 400 knowledge off. He's a good amount ahead of Jatton, actually. Jatton still needs a good amount of knowledge and also needs literacy upgrade.
Yeah, and then just look at this, like, Greeks with the relic start is getting out knowledged by Americans with hanging gardens. It's just, I keep saying this, Americans is just dominant if they get going. But again, like you said earlier, they have to get going.
Yeah, we're seeing on the bottom side, it's so far a stalemate between TNO and between TNO and Lube. TNO kind of just walking in his units. I think he can just chill. Like he's doing. Lube is actually walking in his units, and Lube is getting slaughtered right now. He just lost all his heavy cavalry to all of these heavy infantry.
It's the army comp. It's the army comp, just like we said, bro. It's just you have to account for things like this. You can't be making this sort of mistake.
And another problem for Lube is all of his archers are just shooting at these elephants. Like, the heavy infantry aren't getting punished by Lube's copious amounts of archers at all, because, I mean, TNO just has a bunch of elephants.
That being said, he doesn't have enough elephants, so he's killed off all the elephants, and now he can start focusing. And the reason why I say Inca Colossus is unbeatable is because you have infinite resources. This guy can just spam to infinity, and he gets the refunds with the Inca deaths. So I think TNO will die a lot faster than expected.
Yeah, I mean,
Jatten
Tino
will have to come help him.
can't afford these losses, unfortunately. And he's starting to bleed out here a bit. His senator got killed, and he's going to need to back off from all these archers.
Oh man, yeah, he's gonna lose the city. AZ has chances, man. They could take this game. Loop's doing exactly what he needs to do. Just spam with Inca Colossus.
Yeah, I mean, I think now Tino has 5 crossbows, which might be good enough to hold the city, but he needs his senator back here in stats, respawning right now. I'm at 2420. And I mean, this is pretty annoying. Loop might be able to take the city, and that would be really bad news for Tino. I would love to see him just pull militia and kill all of Loop's archers, or try to at least, but...
Yeah.
Alright, Proles has aged, Immaculate is aging as well. And Jatten is still a little bit away from aging. He's going to have a cheap age, though, because Immaculate's finished up his age.
Immaculate actually has a wonderful army. The Greek army is very strong at 4 because their heavies are insane.
Right.
And I think he has more army than Proles right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Immaculate can survive a long time.
Yeah, I mean, he is going to get doubled, though, very soon if Bit Phoenix doesn't help. And Bit Phoenix, you know, his army is not really in position to help out. And so... Immaculate is upgrading his units. Proles is going to have a free monarchy, which is a big difference. And Proles has a ton of resources. He's going to go for Mill 4 wisely.
Oh man, yeah, and they have furs. So Mill 4 with free monarch? No. Americans at this point, he might actually kill faster than the Inca player.
Yeah, Lube is aging. TNO is trying to hold here. Lube's going to just walk in again, and he's probably going to lose a bunch of knights again.
And then Bit Phoenix again. I don't know what he's doing, man.
Nah, he's out of position
his
now.
Production's
Jatten's gonna
on
pounce
the wrong
on him.
side. Yep.
Yeah, and Immaculate not really in a place to help him. Prole's a bit out of position. Jatten's getting flanked right now by all of these heavy cavalry from Immaculate, but Immaculate's gonna back off. He says, I lost my city, I have to back off, and he's actually gonna run. He's gonna turn tail and run.
And Proles with the spies. Proles always have spies.
Yeah, this
Very
is
well
really
done
nice
by
from
him.
Proles. He's going to lose some heavy infantry as he's retreating, but they massacred, or, well, I say massacred, but Jatten actually lost this fight against Bit Phoenix here. Wish Proles would stop chasing and go down. But they did take back the city, and Proles has 5 sieges. Oh my goodness.
Yep, it's like we said in the beginning. It's a timing of who can kill first, the right side or the left side.
Yeah. On the bottom side, it looks like TNO's far from aging, and
then
Lube is gonna take him over very soon. Lube has finished
Lube's
aging.
making a mistake though. He's making a mistake. He needs more production. Your Inca with Colossus, you can produce infinity. You need to be producing from 3 stables, man.
Yeah.
So I think that's a mistake. But he should be still killing no matter what. The issue is, like I said, it's all in the details. The devil's in the details, and that mistake of not having more units to produce from, it's gonna just buy more and more time for WL.
Right. It's still a very close game. I think, you know, it's definitely possible for AZ to pull this one out, because I think, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think TNO is closer to dead than Immaculate is, even though WL are ahead in score.
Immaculate's on 2 cities.
Yeah, but Immaculate is age 4, and his economy is still okay. His wealth income's kind of bad, but he has a much better army than TNO has. If you look at TNO's army, he's still a bit away from aging.
That is true. That is true. But the issue is, American has double armor.
That's fair.
So that army doesn't equate to much because he's
fair,
down
that's
in
fair.
armor, and Proles has 5 bombards. So I think Proles kills first. What do you guys think in the chat? Who dies first? TNO or Immaculate? Please let us know.
Yeah.
Emerald Mage votes 90's gonna die fast, so he thinks Immaculate will
Immaculate's
die
gonna
first.
die. Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. We do see
We'll
Lube
see,
going
we'll
for
see.
Monarch here. He's going to push very soon. His army's actually not that large, but I think he heard your words from the future, Phil's
Oh, there we go.
He's going to throw down that production. Extra stable, extra barracks.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's all about the macro, boys. You got to
Right.
know what you're doing, and that's good play from him now.
Not really sure what Proles is doing. He's kind of backing off right now. He's going back for Science 4.
Oh, what the heck? Where is he going?
I have no idea.
He's ambushing, going to the other side. What? He could just kill Immaculate.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess he was
Jatten
trying
can
to
help
get a cheeky...
TNO.
Yeah, I guess he was trying to get a cheeky kill on Bit Phoenix's army, but Bit Phoenix is nothing, so... Phoenix has aged though. Leaving TNO as the last one. TNO's desperately trying to hold on, but Jan is here to support him with some cavalry, and well, Jan has like nothing actually. He's like no units.
Let's see. Yep. Oh my god, he does have. Phoenix did something. He he killed Jatin's army. So, good job by Phoenix, and now he is Korean, so maybe he can help hold Prolays. But 5 bombards, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's not even Koreans, man.
Jan's gonna feed a cavalry unit, and I don't think he can press here. I think he just needs to stall more time for TNO to age and recover a little bit.
And just to point out, Prolays is Science 4 and has 600 wood. He's just not clicked up. So
yeah,
another mistake.
Prolays is actually pressuring Phoenix here instead of going to Immaculate. Immaculate's going to take back a city for free here. I think this is a big mistake from Prolays.
Yeah, because he can get juggled. He needs to just commit to one side.
Right.
If he's in the middle, Phoenix and Lube and Immaculate can just juggle Prolays and waste his time.
Right.
So
Prolays is going to back off. He's going to
stick...
keep his captured city there. He's going for Science, Commerce 3 and Literacy, Printing Press. I mean, not Literacy. Those are different upgrades.
No, if you look bot side, Lube's making another mistake, man. He's not massing army with Colossus.
No.
You can't just bleed units like this. This is how the other team stays in the game.
Right. He needs to back off and just chill. I mean, Jan has no production here, so. Oh no, he does. Just kidding. I lied.
No. Jan's smart, bro.
Yeah.
He'll make production where he needs it, and he did the right thing.
Yeah. Like, this is just a bad fight for Lube. He's losing all of his expensive units. His entire army is just archers now, so...
And he's losing momentum, the most important thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
On the top side, they're going to try and
sandwich... Yeah.
They're trying to sandwich Prolays, but Prolays has I think he has a much larger army, although if he gets his Monarch sniped, Prolays, the micro, is not strong.
Oh, man.
He keeps his Monarch alive, and he's going to actually give up the city.
Yeah, what time are you at?
I'm at 29:55.
Okay, yeah, I'm a bit ahead.
Yeah.
But he's gonna go to age 5 very soon. He already has.
He needs another
press.
city soon. I think he can get his He can get a Civic 3 if he wants, and taxation upgrade. Jatin's now going for Mill 4.
Oh man, if you look at Red, his knowledge is great. He's already Science 4 as well.
Yeah,
so he's trying to catch Prolays.
Yeah, exactly. He's a little bit behind Prolays, and unfortunately for him, I think if he was on the other side, like he has a really easy game. But obviously, because he's against Prolays, an American player who's gotten away with free boom, you know.
I think this is a perfect play though. Immaculate is playing the highest macro because he knows Prolays is almost 5, and he knows apparently they're for some reason not killing him, so he doesn't need to go mill for the armor.
Right.
So well done by Immaculate.
Right. Jatin kind of forming 2 armies here. I think the rest of it. Where is the rest of his army? Yeah, he has like 2 armies. He has his Monarch army that's helping TNO against Lube, and then he's forming his secondary army up at the top city.
Oh man, yeah, that's very hard to micro, man.
Yeah,
micro 2 armies.
Yeah, I feel like he just needs to commit to one side. Maybe the top side. I don't know.
I mean, if Lube was more efficient at killing, he would need to be all downside, but Lube is just fighting and trading instead of massing.
Phoenix is going to go for Porcelain Tower because he has the money to.
Oh, let's see the Korean boom.
Yeah. A ginormous army for Prolays. He also has armor level 2, and Immaculate, he doesn't have that. Immaculate's just clicked up on armor level 2, so he needs to back out right now. You have an Immaculate, he's forced marching away. He's trying to run, but he's going to lose some units here.
Phoenix needs to do something at least, man. I don't know where he's been at, but he needs to help.
Yeah.
Because Jatin's been able to double both sides. Jatin doubled for the first city, and Jatin's doubling for the second defense on the bottom side.
Right.
So, Phoenix just needs to pull his weight.
Yeah. TNO struggling to put together an army here. He's taking some bad trades against Lube. I think he just needs to mass up some cavalry and go. On this side, Prolays is getting doubled once again, and Jatin's going to wrap around. Jatin doesn't have a ton of army, so he's building it up now. His eco is pretty good, though.
Yeah, and then just to check the chat again, remember we asked the question who they think would die first, and everybody's guessed Immaculate, but for some reason WL and Prolace just didn't finish off of Immaculate.
Right,
So I think that was a big mistake.
Yeah, and it looks like Lube has the advantage once again here. TNO kind of just throwing away army. All these units can be healed. He just needs to go back and heal them, but he's going to throw them away instead, desperately trying to fight against the Inca Colossus player.
Yeah, and then Loom sieging in non-eco city for some reason instead of just going for the throat. I know there's a giant fort again, and I know it's hard to get through these buildings, but he's not going to die any sooner if you go for that outside building.
Right.
At Istanbul, or the other one.
Jan's pressuring the city of Jeju, and Bit Phoenix bit behind. He can't really contest that. He's going to go for Science 4 off the back of this rather than Mill 4. Bit of a mistake there, I think. And Prolace, you know, he is getting ready to age. He needs maybe 800 more knowledge, but he will be ready to age. He's getting that Civic 3, which means he has enough techs to age up. But Immaculate has a very large army, and, you know, smaller than Prolace's, but still very sizable. Prolace is going to lose a heavy knight for no reason.
Oh, and if you see Greeks is still raiding in the back.
Yeah,
He's
these
going
are
to
really
Diamond.
nice raids.
Yeah.
I don't know how much damage it's doing, because Prolace has attrition, but it's definitely drawing Prolace's attention away.
But guess what still doesn't have a tower? Horses.
Oh, no. It didn't get raided again, so I guess that's...
Yeah, that's a mistake. A lot of teams, they forget they still need to raid throughout the whole game, not just 1 to 3. The entire game you should be raiding.
Looks like Jadden's not using diamonds either, so that's a bit of a mistake, but...
Okay, this is something really important I want to point out.
Yeah.
Bit Phoenix has got to porcelain, and the key with porcelain is if you have a lot of rares, porcelain is huge. It builds free eco for you.
Right.
And look at his knowledge. He's at 400 knowledge. He has more than Prolace.
Yeah, he might be...
This is turning around.
Yeah, I think the momentum's starting to swing in the favor of AZ. Prolace was really not able to kill Immaculate here, despite his exceptional boom. And you see Lube has started to take over Prolace's score for the first time in this game. TNO really struggling for anything. He can't put together an army.
Yeah, and then Lube will always be winning because Inca Colossus at 370 gold. And then he's almost to age 5 as well. I think this is getting close. This looks like a turnaround.
This does look like a turnaround. It felt like WL were ahead the whole time, but
whoa, yeah.
Wow.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously TNO is still a bit away from dead, but I think he needs to start thinking about raising this pyramids.
Oh, for sure. You're gonna give Inca Colossus pyramids as well, bro?
Well, he's already giving away cities because, you know, he's just losing cities, but it's more for the commerce cap, like the extra food and wealth commerce cap to a Colossus. I think TNO's gonna die here.
And then another point to point out. Remember, guys, back like a few minutes ago, we pointed out Immaculate went Science 4 because Prolace didn't pressure him.
Right.
So now he's going to be aimed for age 5, and he can match the army and slow Prolace down. It's a huge mistakes out of WO.
Yeah, Jan's pressuring the center here. He's going to attack the city of Jeju, just recognizing that Bit Phoenix doesn't really have enough army to fight him.
Yeah,
and Prolace is pressuring the city of Corsia. On the bottom side, again, Lube is just pushing continuously. He's already sieged down the city of Yazd. TNO is going to try to get operations. I feel like TNO just... yeah, I feel like TNO just needs to mass infantry. I think he actually needs to skimp on the elephants a bit. Like, obviously,
and horses.
And horses, yeah. Horses. He needs heavy infantry to deal with all the heavy knights from Lube.
Yeah, but by this point, there's so many arquebuses, they'll just melt them as well.
Right, exactly.
So more elephants, I guess. I don't know.
Prolace
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, Prolace is going to click up. Jadden's still sieging away against the Koreans player. I'm at 35-35.
35. Oh wow! Now I'm really far ahead of you. Holy cow! I'm at 36 minutes exactly.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you when I get there.
All right, perfect.
Lube is going to go for a charge, but it's kind of ill-advised. He's kind of losing a lot of units to these elephants. But again, TNO doesn't have the backbone of the infantry. His units just don't do enough damage. He has a lot of knights, though, so that is a definitely big plus to him. And Lube has skipped heavy infantry again.
He's just making huge mistake, man. He should have already killed. Man. He's at 370 gold. Like,
Yeah.
you need to kill, man. That's just... He could throw the game back to WL, because it looks like they're on the momentum swing.
Yeah, but if you look at TNO's army, most of it's on stand ground. I felt like he could have gotten a lot more kills if he had just pushed, but yeah, big mistake from him. And now he's going to throw away a lot more units just trying to be aggressive here. Maybe he can
Are you
get
at
some
36
good trades.
minutes now?
Oh, sorry, I'm at 36:25. My bad. I forgot.
Oh, wow. It's okay, I can fast forward.
Jaden is trying to siege down the city of Jeju, but the Korean repair is too strong, and he's losing his sieges to heavy knights.
Yeah,
I don't think
will be able to hold.
Yeah, Jaden just, unfortunately, he's trying to be aggressive, but
man.
trading-wise, it's not really working out for him.
Look at the top side. Both players.
Oh my god, look at
excellent
Prolays.
at building armies.
He's upgraded. And Immaculate's like, see you later, I can't fight.
Oh no, man.
Wow.
And this is the issue with Lube. Lube should have already been doing this.
Right.
He has Inca Colossus. This is just huge throw by Lube, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they still have a decent chance to win, but the score difference has widened from where it was a couple minutes ago. Jaden's still desperately trying to take the city, but I think the trades are not working out for him. I think he just needs to back up and regroup.
Yeah, and then notice how Prolays went in when he had the massive units. Lube has been trading the whole game and never got to that mass with Colossus. So just,
Right.
I think WL threw by not killing Immaculate, but then, again, AZ's been throwing since the beginning because Lube should have been killing already.
Right. I see somebody in the chat, Mandrew Zeph, has said, what a bad idea to make elephants. It's because he's right. Like, he's winning on the bottom side. TNO's winning the fights. Like, yes, he has a couple elephants sprinkled in, but he's winning because he has all these knights that are killing the arquebusiers from Lube. It's not because he's massing elephants or anything. He's like kind of lacking in damage aside from the initial crunch with the knights. So that's why he needs more infantry. And so you see he's kind of going back. He's got some arquebusiers and Archivist Immortals.
Yeah, and then Bit Phoenix is almost 5, and same with Lube. But just Immaculate should have been dead a while ago, but
Right.
I guess if he... Oh, he's aging. If he upgrades, he can hold. If he
Yeah,
upgrades, he can
Immaculate
hold.
is aging, and Prolays is kind of taking his sweet time. If Prolays takes a pitched fight, he'll win. But obviously, you know, Prolays is going mill 5 now. He needs to.
Yeah, but he
siege the
doesn't
city.
get an armor. He doesn't get an armor from
No,
Mil5,
but he
does
gets more population. He has a ton of resources.
Oh, yeah, he is pop capped. He's pop
Yeah.
capped, you're right. So that's 25 more units about on the way. I mean, Lube would have that army, but he's been trading the entire game.
Right.
So, and oh my god, TNO has been holding him. Right? I mean, look at TNO. He's okay. Look at his army.
Yeah, he's okay. Again, you know.
Oh man.
Yeah. The elephants are a meat shield, and his infantry is just able to deal a lot of damage. And also, obviously, Lube took some bad trades. He doesn't have enough pikes to deal with all of TNO's heavy lines.
I think I would just call them terrible trades because
Yeah.
like Inca Colossus, you should never lose, and he's getting pushed back.
Yeah, Prolays does take Immaculate City. Immaculate's eco is awful right at this point. He has a very large army. He
Off the grid.
Yeah, I mean, he really needs Bit Phoenix to bail him out, and Bit Phoenix is rotating over. He doesn't have a ton of units, but he's got some, so maybe
And
that
Bit
can make
Phoenix
the
is
difference.
going 5. He's going 5 as well.
Yeah, Immaculate
Jad
is going to
does
get his
as well.
units upgraded. I think Jad needs to make his way there now. He's kind of sitting on his butt.
Yeah, it's nice to see other players in WL carry.
Yeah, all right.
So Prolays
Immaculate
is
has
doing
his
his
units
part.
upgraded. He's going to walk in. And
Oh man, he's still got a micro though.
Yeah, he's kind of just walking in right now. His heavy cavalry are taking a lot of damage from his fusiliers, but Prolays is his army's kind of split up. He's kind of forcing in units, and Jatin again just out of position.
Yeah, but Bit Phoenix still has Phoenix. Okay, he does have some army, but not a lot.
Yeah. What a game this has been. I'm not really sure who wins this. I'm assuming Prolays does because he has a much higher population. But
Oh man, look bot side man. TNO is literally pushing back. Inca
wow,
Colossus.
very impressive play from TNO.
Oh,
He's doing a really good job.
Yeah, he did amazing holding and now pushing against Inca Colossus. I mean,
Right.
just Loop, a plethora of mistakes from Loop. It's just unfortunate to see.
Right. I mean, all of these arquebus immortals are what's really keeping TNO ahead. Like, all these knights are just melting to the arquebus immortals. Like, the elephants are really they do damage, but they're a meat shield, right? Like, they have a lot of health. They soak up a lot of arquebusier fire, and after that,
Yeah, and the way you counter that is just mass up a massive army and just overrun him. But Blue never wanted to do that, and that just, I think it cost him the game.
And yeah, that is going to be the game, I believe, because Immaculate has at 39 population. He got his entire army crushed, and Bit Phoenix, you know, he doesn't have that much population either, and Prolaze is running over this right side.
Yep, and he'll be age 6 soon, once he gets the science. Yeah, man, but just very unfortunate, man. With Loop's play, I just very disappointed him, man.
Yeah.
But again, it's the tournament, and he's an extremely strong player.
Right.
It's not normal for Loop to make mistakes like this. Like
Right.
Loop's one of the top guys for sure, and then he just maybe it's tournament pressure, maybe it's a long series, but that was a huge mistake. Well, I guess a bunch of huge mistakes.
We do see TNO took a bad fight against the upgraded army from TNO. Or from the upgrade army from Lube, I mean. Sorry. But Immaculate is going to lose his capital, Immaculate's super dead, and that's going to be the game, I think.
Yeah, no. TNO, amazing holds with what he had.
Really well played.
And then just Lube, man. I know he's a very strong player, but just did not perform this game.
No.
Unfortunate. Because there's no stopping Americans, man. He has like 8 cities, man, and he's getting Science 5.
Right, yeah. I mean, his boom's out of control this game. Really, like, you know, Prolaze, obviously, like, for a lot of people, it might be like, they might say, yeah, sure, it's easy to boom, right? Like, you just boom, it's really easy. But, I mean, Prolaze has played this pretty impeccably, never taking bad fights for the most part. He's kept most of his army alive.
Yeah.
He's kept his tech advantage, you know, and Immaculate's dead.
That's a brilliant point. It just encapsulates this whole game. See, both Lube and Prolaze were in winning positions. The difference was Prolaze massed his units and attacked at the right time. Lube was trading the entire time and never got that mass to push.
Right.
So it's just you think booming's easy, but you still need to know what you're doing. So
right, exactly.
It's just a mistake. Just mistakes across the board.
All right. Well, TNO's desperately trying to hold. He has a lot of elephants, but he is going to lose the city because, I mean, Lube has, at this point, a massive army. And TNO might be dead soon. Jatten's going to try to keep Bit Phoenix busy while Prolaze goes for the capital.
Oh, man, look at Prolaze go.
Oh, my God. This is a massive army. Like, this is like... If you've ever played Scenario, this is like kind of what it's kind of what you're trying to go for anyways.
Yeah, like the entire tab. You can highlight all the units. The entire tab's full of units.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, well, he's going to steamroll Seoul here easily. There's not even a temple here, just 2 towers going up.
And just to mention, he did raid Bit Phoenix as well. That's why Bit Phoenix's eco is not maxed.
Right. All right, well, AZ playing it out to the bitter end here. TNO desperately trying to hold on, but he can't afford these losses at this point.
Yeah, man. I guess we could talk about MVPs when it officially ends, but yeah, I think after this, it's just there's no stopping America.
Right.
The Americans, let's go.
Right.
Amazing.
So I see in the chat somebody's mentioned that Lube didn't make a mistake. He has to push. He has no choice. So you're right? Like, okay, in a macro level, yes, he has to push, right? Like, the other side is losing. He has to push. That's true. But what he's supposed to do is he's supposed to max out a very large army. Do you know what I mean? Like, Prolaze on this side, Prolaze is always fighting with an armor advantage or a tech advantage, right? He's either an age up or
an
he has
army
armor.
mass advantage.
But on this side, right, Lube is sitting at 100 out of 150 population, and he's like, let's push with only archers and knights, which is not going to work, right? It's like you might take the city momentarily, but you're going to take a lot of losses from TNO, who, you know, he has a similar sized army, right? Or he has a smaller army, but it's still like comparable in army strength. But eventually TNO runs out of population, and for Lube, he has plenty of space to go.
Exactly. And so, yeah, Mandarin, you said he needs to push, which is absolutely correct, and he was doing that, but he was just doing it incorrectly. Like, booming is easy, but you also need to know how to boom. It's a weird dynamic. You can't be making huge mistakes like this. You can't be trading against when you have Colossus and the other guys are going to be pop cap. It doesn't even make sense if you just sound it out.
Right, yeah. All right, well, it's pretty much going to wrap up the game. I mean, Jan's taken BitPhoenix's central city, Proles has taken BitPhoenix's capital, and so, yeah, I don't really see any way out of it for the Inca Colossus. So, at the end of the day, it is going to be a loss for the Inca Colossus, unlike what you said earlier.
No, he won his side. He still wins his side. It just was very slow.
Right.
Like what I said is Inca Colossus will always win its side.
Yeah.
And then he should have won the game, but like
Yeah,
that's a whole different
okay,
other.
that's fair. Yeah,
Inca Colossus will always win its side.
Yeah, this first side would have been really good, but it's gonna get denied by Jan, and that's gonna be the game. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well,
There goes his cap.
yeah, that is gonna be the game, and that's gonna be the series in favor of WL.
Wow. Okay.
You know, 3-1. That's not what a lot of people expected in favor of WL, at least. But that is going to be the series. Very impressive play by them, and you know, we saw some really nice play. Like I think Immaculate played really well this game. Like he stayed alive for so long against Hanging Gardens Americans player. Really big shout out to him. He never took a bad fight. Like, I mean, obviously he eventually died, but he did really well. And I think also TNO on this side, he just took really good trades. He tried to take as many great trades as he could against the Inca Colossus player and recognized his opponent's army weakness. You know, your opponent pushes with not enough units, not enough heavy infantry, you punish him for it. You take a good trade and then you can force them back off.
Yeah,
right.
no, that you just encapsulated it perfectly. I mean, W almost threw when Proles decided not to finish off Immaculate, and that could have been a window of opportunity. But again, Loop's biggest mistake was bleeding units, trading the entire time
Right.
when you have the pop cap advantage. His army composition was terrible. He only had horses and knights, and then it's just the macro, man. Booming is easy. I mean, okay. So booming for pros is something else. Booming
Right.
for pros, they'll do everything perfect. But even at the top level, especially this is the top level. We're in the top 8. So the top level macro is everything. Because all these guys are pros. Most of their builds will be top notch, and macro is going to decide everything. And he just did the wrong macro. He didn't build his army comp right. He attacked at the wrong time. He bled units. He traded. It's just all around huge mistakes from Loop. But that being said, he is a wonderful player. He's very strong, and tournament play can do that to you. Sometimes you make the wrong decisions. So, yeah, I guess just not a good play from him.
Yeah. Anyways, we do see a lot of discussion in the chat, which is good. You know, obviously, like as a player, I'm just giving my opinion, and so you feel free to disagree with it. I think I'm still right, but you know, obviously, we can continue to have discourse, and it's it's nice to have people talking about it in the chat. Again, I think big shout out on both sides. I think MVP in this game was TNO and Immaculate. I think Immaculate played his side really well, and I think TNO also played his game really well.
Let me touch up on that as well. Your point on Immaculate was solid, point on, because Immaculate, with what he had, his wares were worse, and he still had massive army to compete with Americans. So he was doing his job 100%, and he even warded off Proles from finishing him off, which is why we thought WL almost threw the game. Because if Lube was even just I don't know, he was 20 minutes late by killing, man. So if Lube had already killed, they could have easily won this game.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, that is going to wrap up the series. Congratulations to White Lotus. White Lotus on what do you call it? Congratulations to White Lotus for winning the series 3-1 over AZ. And bummer for AZ. But they're gonna try their best next year. Okay, Proles, you're right. You played very well. I mean, we're Proles raging in this chat. Okay, Proles. I mean, fair. Okay, I'll say this, right? I think it's clear your play in this game was much better than Luke's, right? Like course. You're just taking the better fights, right? We've seen Proles, he's choosing to back off.
Yeah, he's keeping mass.
He's choosing to back off when Immaculate is even with him, when he has the same armor and same tech, but he goes in when he has Enlightenment. He goes in when he has H4 armor over Immaculate. Like, he's going in when he has the advantage. And so, for that reason,
unlike Lube.
Yeah, unlike Lube, who's taking fights when he's at not a great disadvantage.
Let's explain. Let's explain a little bit more about what it means to be MVP. So, of course, in every game, you're in a position to carry. So in this game, Americans is the strongest nation on WL's side, right? So he's already expected to carry. So even if he has the most units, even if he kills the most things, even if he has the strongest eco, he's expected to. He's the strongest nation. He's Americans. He's the designated carry. But the MVP symbolizes what the overall winning play was. And the overall winning play was TNO's ability to hold longer than Immaculate's. And yes, given that Lube did make a mistake and allow TNO to hold longer, you still have to give the MVP to the winning team, and TNO hold was absolutely amazing.
Right.
So that's why we give TNO the MVP. And just because you physically have all the kills and all the eco and all the boom, that's because you're expected, because your role in this game was the carry position because you have the strongest nation. So that for that reason we gave the MVP to TNO, because in a situation where he is auto lose, he held longer than Immaculate and he did his job the best. So that's why I'm giving my MVP to TNO.
Right. It is definitely very entertaining to watch you guys maul, but
just to help Parlays out, help Parlays out, he did kill a lot better than Loop. He made no such mistakes as Loop. He completely outplayed Loop. So I give that to him 100%.
You can look here at the kill count, right? Loop and Prolays have killed similar numbers of units, but look at how many units Loop has lost compared to Prolays, right? So
85 from Prolays, 200 from Loop. So Prolays completely outplayed Loop. Yes, we agree on that.
All right,
but the MVP, the MVP was TNO. I know we keep going on it, but it's just for fun.
Yeah. All right. Anyways,
he's happy now. He said thank you. Yeah, we're good.
A healthy amount of molding. All right. Well, that is going to wrap up our series for today. We hope everybody has enjoyed our cast, because I enjoyed it. It was a pretty close series, and this was
a very fun one. Fun one.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. If you now hate me and you think I'm very bad at Ron, that's okay. I hope that the rest of you who don't have their head up their ass, you've enjoyed the stream, and I hope you have a deep think about what we said, and if you agree or disagree with it, and feel free to let us know in Discord if we can have a nice civil talk there. But yeah, that is gonna
for sure.
That is gonna be game number 3 going. Oh my god, what happened? What happened to my graphic? What? Hello?
It still shows on stream. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Fatavi says, I think Fatavi's the MVP of this game. Very funny, Fatavi. All right, well, that's going to wrap up today's stream. Hope everybody enjoyed. This is AS Eats Bear signing off.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see us in the next one.